Tricasiras Volbecula Vandal Salute.
That's right. That's right. I did it. I beat it. I finished it. I am the champion of the Sword Coast. The master of Faerun. I'm the undefeated, undisputed, greatest paladin ever to grace Baldur's Gate. And I finally beat the game. So, get off my fucking ass about it, alright? Get off my ass about it. I'm done. I beat your stupid game. I beat your game. You don't need to whine about it anymore. I got it. I'm done. And now I have no games to play. And I'm depressed. Alright? I don't have any D&D to play. So I can't vicariously play Baldur's Gate instead of D&D. And I'm screwed. And I need help. But anyway, good morning, my friends. It is indeed a brand new day, a brand new week. The beginning of a new meta. That's right. That's right. The meta for this week, Aduria has decided. The first entry is the Brushtail Possum, and I have to figure out what the meta is. All right? The Brushtail Possum is the first entry. I think 100 bits. I have to figure out what the meta is. I think the meta is... The meta, I'm guessing, is creatures that look like Twitch chatters. That's my guess. So I'm going to give this one a 8.5. Solid 8.5. Good Twitch chatter. Excellent addition. That's right. I finished Baldur's Gate 3 on the weekend. I'm done. I don't know. I liked it. It was good. I had fun. I don't think I'm gonna play it ever again. I want to though. I want to have an honor mode playthrough, but I just don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea for me, because if I get 70 hours into an honor mode play and then I die or some shit, I'm going to be mad. Now, to be fair, I had to restart, and I wiped on normal mode encounters. Normal. I played on normal. I didn't play on easy. I didn't play on tactician. I played on normal. Okay, and I wiped. I think I had to restart sometimes because I died. So I don't think I'm good enough at Baldur's Gate 3 to play it on honor mode. But I think that's what people do. It's when you beat the game, you go back and you play it through honor mode, right? You just solidify that you have no life, and you spend weeks and weeks and weeks playing the same game again on a hard difficulty. So I don't know. I kind of want to though. I'm kind of feeling it, but I feel like I want another CRPG. I saw that Pathfinder was on sale, but I don't know if I can play it because last time I suggested I wanted to play it, Guapo got mad at me, and I don't want Guapo to be mad at me. So I don't know what's wrong with it, but people hated it. So I don't remember who were the main proponents against the Pathfinder RPG, but there was a lot of it, man. There was a lot of there's a lot of negative things to be said about it. So even if it's on sale, I will avoid it. The next games I want to play, though, I think I might, depending on what goes on sale anytime soon. I do want to play through Rogue Trader. It's the Warhammer 40k CRPG. I want to play through Cyberpunk, and I want to play through the new Persona game, the new old Persona game. They remade Persona 3, which I haven't played since I was probably 14, 15. I don't know when it came out initially, but it's been a while. It was a PS2 game, I believe, early PS2. So it's been a bit, it's been a minute. I want to play through it again. But the problem is, new games have gotten more expensive. I don't know if you guys realize this. New games have become more expensive. They have increased in cost. The new Persona game is 93 Canadian dollars. I don't know about that. I don't know about it, boss. That's a lot for a new game. The Cyberpunk Definitive Edition, which has the core game and the DLC, the patch, the expansion, whatever it is, Phantom Liberty, I think it's called, is 110 Canadian dollars. That's a lot of Canadian dollars. I mean, games are spicy, man. I don't know if our American friends or our European friends feel the same way about it, because it's not that much more expensive in American. It jumped in Canadian quite hard, but I know you guys are still paying more. I think games standard now are 70 instead of 60. I think that's the thing. I don't know. I didn't really remember the jump from 50 to 60 for American prices because we were just paying 60 no matter what, and then it went to 70 Canadian, and I was like, ooh, that's a lot. And I don't remember what the first $80 game was, but the first $80 game was a moment for me. I think honestly, I could be wrong. I think the first time I paid $80 for a game, a new game. I think it was a Switch game. I think it might have been a Pokemon game. I don't know. Obviously about Baldur's Gate, but yeah, $90 now. $80 American games for $90. That's still less than the Americans are paying for it. So I suppose I shouldn't bitch, but it's, you know, after conversion, but it's a lot, bro. So I don't know if I'll play it. What's up, Jacob? Good evening to you, my friend. It is $100 to rip off from a remaster. So they claim that it has a bunch of new content in it, that it's true to its original form, but it is a new game, as they say, you know. So here's the thing. I don't remember the Persona 3 story almost at all. I started on Persona 3, but I didn't really play it. Like, I wasn't like super into it. I just kind of like played it over a couple months. It's like one of those games that you like go back to, you don't remember what the story was, but you're still like playing through it and you're like, okay, cool. And then you beat the game and you're like, I guess that was meaningful, you know. I think it was one of those things where I played it over like a year. Persona 4 was the first Persona game that I really no-lifed. And then Persona 5, obviously, I no-lifed as well. Persona 5 was weird. I had a weird break with Persona 5. So Persona 3, I feel like I would really dig it. I'd really get my money's worth out of it if I bought it. But that's a lot, man. It's still a lot. You're right. I don't feel the same way about Canadian dollars. That's correct. Might as well be taxing the monopoly money. Yep, it's true. Our currency is fucked. Our currency's fucked. Inflation is hitting us. Like, I know inflation's bad everywhere, but however bad it is in the US, actually, to be fair, I don't know how bad it is in Europe. I don't know if the euro is getting dunked on, but I know the USD got messed up a little bit, and the CAD got ultra screwed. So I feel really bad for anybody who had, I guess, investments in cash or anything or whatever in Canadian, because no matter how much you look at the inflation in America for things like, you know, groceries and, you know, Big Macs and whatever else you want to like define as your metric, in Canada it hit us bad in the last year. So apparently all that free money that people gave out during COVID didn't turn out to be such a great idea. You know, it's funny how that happens. God damn. But hey, you know, it's just a new norm. It's a new norm. I actually, so I was thinking about this. I got these coupon book thingy in the mail for McDonald's. And they had like a deal in it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check this coupon book out. Let me see what's up. Right? I'm trying to save money right now. I'm trying to be economical this year. I'm trying to be very tight. The budget, everything is very tight this year. I'm trying to do some things. So I went and I looked through the coupon book and I thought, coupons, maybe that's you know, for my monthly meal out, because God knows Ella and I aren't going out for a meal every month anymore, because that's like dude, a night out at a shitty restaurant is like $100 now. So I looked at McDonald's and I was like, what, you know what, maybe we just do like we did when we were kids, when we were teenagers, and we would go out for McDonald's or like A&W or something. You know, you sit in the, when was the last time you actually sat in a fast food restaurant when it wasn't like a lunch break, right? When you chose to go sit in a fast food restaurant. For us, it's been a long time, right? You get your fast food, you go home, you sit in front of your fucking TV like a gremlin, right? We haven't gone to eaten at a fast food location in a long time. So I was like, maybe we do that. You know, it's just about getting out of the house and like going out somewhere. And McDonald's, you don't have to pay, you know, too much. You don't have to tip, whatever. You're out for an hour, whatever. I looked at it. The coupon was like $15 for 2 meals. And I was like, that's a deal? Because I remember like pre-COVID, like 2020, 2019, I remember that the coupon book like meal deal for like 2 meals was like $9. And that was like a deal. It was like a discount. It was $9. The two of you could eat for after tax a $10 bill. And then I look at it now and it's like $15, and I'm like, really? Have we really inflated by an entire third? Wait, how does that work? I don't know if anywhere else is just as bad. I know America's getting pretty bad for inflation. I feel bad for you guys as well, but I don't actually know how bad it is in Europe. I don't know if you guys protected against inflation a little bit better, or you know, if you're just as screwed as the rest of us in NAR. But games are a tough one. Yeah, $100 for a new game. Although I will say, Rogue Trader looks like a great game, and I really want to play it, and it's only $65. I don't know what it is in the US. I'm guessing that it's a $50 game, right? I'm guessing, or a $40 game. I don't know what 65 Canadian would translate to for an American title in USD. Probably 50, because you guys still pay a little more for your games than we do here, because I don't know. You're better market, I guess. I don't feel the same way about Canadian dollars. The price of games, okay, the price of the game is way too high, especially when the quality is consistently decreasing. Yeah, I had a conversation with a friend of Daria the other day, and she was of the opinion that game quality has not decreased. Made a pretty big defense for game quality not decreasing. She said that the quality gameplay has just been distributed more. It's just more of a what's the word for it? What did she use? A system of where it's more economically distributed amongst other studios. Because she said that for all the problems with AAA games that they're having, the AA game and indie game network is thriving. And I don't know. I see where she's coming from. I didn't really dispute or feel like disagreeing with the point, but I feel like the quality of like big titles or the games that we flock to now, it's just kind of disappointing in a lot of ways, right? It definitely doesn't feel like it did maybe like 10 years ago. You know, like because I used to be like a new game Andy. Like I bought new games when they came out. I bought the new games. I bought like remember when like you got like an Uncharted game coming out and like a God of War game coming out and then like Last of Us or whatever. What are the games that you want to play? You know, those were good games. That was good shit. Now I don't know, like I feel like a lot of the games are just like the live servicey games, the battle passes, it's just a bit much for me. You know, it feels like a bit much. Especially when a game really wants to charge you like a battle pass or something. I'm not anti battle pass as a business practice. I don't think you can be really, but especially for a free to play game. But I just kind of miss it. You know, I miss Baldur's Gate style games, which is why Baldur's Gate was such a big deal. I think for a lot of people is because it came out and it was a big game, and they said, Larian said they're not going to release DLC for Baldur's Gate. They said there's not going to be any more story, not going to be any more whatever, no expansion, no DLC. I don't believe they did any for Divinity 2. And then I didn't play Divinity 1 when it was new. I played Divinity 1 after I played Divinity 2. So I actually don't know what they did for Divinity 1. I'm pretty sure Divinity 2 didn't have a DLC or anything. And then Baldur's Gate, their third big CRPG, yeah, they said they're not going to do anything. So I guess we just have to wait for like 5 years to see what Larian's next big CRPG is, which sucks, I guess, but is fine. You know, if you had enough studios that produced like a really good game every year, I think that'd be pretty pog, you know. But I guess I don't know. I guess for me, I'm waiting for the next big one. But one of the bigger issues of modern games is that most companies are moving towards digital distribution, where you don't own anything. You pay for a license to play the game until they revoke it. Yeah, that's happened a lot, and it's kind of concerning. You know, God, I don't know how I feel about this, man, because like I'm a physical media enjoyer, right? Like if I own the physical media for it, I don't want there to be like a license for it, right? But even when you buy like a physical disc right now, you still are only buying the license for it as well. It's so weird. It's very strange because you have to like download or like access like the disc is like an install onto your machine that they can still mess with the license. Like I don't know how it works really. I'm not an expert on it, but it is an issue, I think, with the lack of it. But I am a digital media enjoyer in other ways, right? Like I don't choose to own DVDs or CDs anymore, right? I have a couple CDs that are the only CDs I have are limited release soundtrack things from Japan, because they are very much physical media enjoyers in Japan. So there's music that I have on CDs that I cannot find on the internet, that are not, some of them aren't even on YouTube, right? This is like special tracks from like certain anime releases or whatever. I'm sure if you dug hard enough you could find it, but I actually haven't been able to, very interestingly. So I do have a couple CDs left, like maybe like less than 10, like 5 or so. And then DVDs, I have a box of DVDs that I don't know what to do with, right? But I don't own DVD. I don't buy a DVD or a Blu-ray anymore. I don't buy, you know, CDs. I don't buy books really all that often. I'm a digital book enjoyer too. Although I do think that having a physical library, like a physical library of books, is actually pretty reasonable and a good idea. You know, I would love to have a house one day large enough to support a section that is a library, right? I don't necessarily mean a full room that's a library, like those fancy rich people mansions. That'd be dope. But like, you know, have a strong library section in your home. So books are actually one thing that I think could remain as physical media. But I'm not a great reader, and I need to fix that. I don't know how to, you know. Some people say that I'm dyslexic or whatever. I don't know if it's true. I don't care really. I don't care about a lot of like the you know, diagnoses or whatever for an issue. Like I've been told that like, oh, Evan, you probably have this or you probably have that neurodivergency or whatever, and I kind of just don't care, because like sure, there's value and people handle it in their own way. For me, I don't find value in really identifying or talking about it, because it's like if I know that I have this problem or whatever, it's not like the bank cares. Right? The bank's not gonna be like, oh, you didn't make so much money this month because you couldn't get your work done because, you know, you have, right, ADHD or whatever. It's like, well, don't worry, man, we'll waive the interest on your credit card. It's like, the bank's not gonna do that, so I don't really give a shit. But yeah, but I'm not a very good reader, so I don't know. Maybe I could get better though. Maybe I could improve the skill if I read more. But I'm more of a book listener, so I like listening to audiobooks than drawing while I'm listening. I need to have something to do while I'm fiddling. I fiddle with my hands, I guess, while I'm reading or listening to a story. So, even top on top of what Colt said, the biggest problem with my opinion is always online side single player meta games that have zero online functionality but require you to be connected to play. Does Baldur's Gate actually require you to be connected? Because I don't know. Like, are there any games anymore that don't require always online? You know, it's one of those things that I don't really give a shit about anymore, because the whole like, oh my god, the Xbox is going to be always online. I don't remember which Xbox came out that said it was going to be always online. That everyone was like memeing about that, and then everyone just kind of like accepted it. That's the reality, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just so common now that I don't really think about it anymore, right? Now without mods, okay, interesting. Blu-ray overrated, physical media outdated, Evan Blair art, world created. Okay, that was pretty good, buddy. Let's go. How you doing, buddy? What's up? What's up, bro? Completely agree on the fiddling with consuming media, but at the same time, I can't seem to focus on audiobooks at all. Ooh, yeah. I mean, so like, I really enjoy audiobooks at the gym. You know, like I feel weird. I'm the only guy I know at the gym that doesn't listen to music. Right? Everybody's just getting in there, just pumping iron, lifting heavy things and putting them down, listening to just angry men screaming into their headphones, and I'm just listening to, like, I don't know, this description of an inquisitor walking down a hallway in Aspire on Terra, you know, calmly or whatever. So I like audiobooks at the gym. I like audiobooks when I'm working. I kind of dig it, actually. I don't know, they're disconnected games, but most of the time them are indie small publishers. Yeah, I don't know. I that's why I wonder if Baldur's Gate was or not, or something like Cyberpunk, right? But I guess it doesn't matter really. Everyone is for the most part online. The problem is that if you have to be online, that's the issue. So, welcome home, Bylong. Good. What's going on, buddy? Good evening, my friend. Streamed and played some League, and now I'm doing some chores for PC building. What are you building, man? What are you building? Are you building a new PC, or are you just upgrading your old one? So I need to do some PC building. I need to get some new stuff in here at some point in time, but probably won't happen for a bit. As good as a workout to Sherlock Holmes, yeah, kind of actually. The book I'm listening to is like a mystery. It's a Warhammer 40K mystery book where they're trying to uncover some plot or some shit. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I just got Jesus. Rob, what the fuck? Goddamn, holy shit. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for the 5 subs. What the fuck, dude? Thank you for the 5 subs. I appreciate that. Good morning to you too, Rob. How's it going, bro? Thank you for the 5 subs, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for bringing 5 people into the guild and saying, hey, you don't have to worry about ads anymore. Sorry, Twitch decided that you need to listen to ads. 3 minutes of ads before you can listen to the streamer say anything dumb shit or whatever. So my guild dues, well, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you, man. That's very kind. Rob, I miss games. I don't know. I feel like I need to, like, I'm kind of sad now that I finished Baldur's Gate, because I was like, I don't know what to do, you know? I played Baldur's Gate here and there, you know, for an hour or two. Yeah, I don't know. Every day news nice, but for the last like couple of days, I just haven't played any games. I haven't done anything. I just work. I work, and then I stop working and I sit here. And I had this background music on, because I don't like to listen to a lot of stuff when I'm really deep in focus that has like a lot of like new tracks or whatever. It's not like I can't listen to music with lyrics or something like that. It's that I can't listen to music when there's a noticeable swapping between songs or whatever, because it kind of like pulls me out of the focus just very briefly. So when I'm deep focused, I like to have just like background, like ambient video game soundtrack kind of stuff on that just kind of flows into itself. And I was sitting there and I just started a new video, or like it just flipped over to a new video on YouTube. And I was finished work, and I was like just sitting there staring at my Cintiq, just thinking. And then I was like, wow, I need to go do something. I need to get up. I looked up the YouTube video, and it was like a half hour later. I was like, Jesus. I've been sitting here for a half an hour. Holy fuck. So, yeah, that was I need a game or something to play, I guess. Yeah, Season Discovery Part 2. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna play, to be honest. I realize that I just don't like classic players in a lot of senses. Not every classic player, obviously, but like a lot of classic play. I don't enjoy sharing the world anymore with like classic Andes. It's just very like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. So I don't know if I'm gonna play. Like I probably will. Maybe I just won't play right at the beginning. I'll wait until it dies down and quiets down a little bit. The no GDKP changes and the supposed bot changes might make me more inclined to, because I can suffer the classic Andes, but all the bots, it was so noticeable and so rampant in Season Discovery Phase 1 that I don't know, like I just didn't want to be there, right? Guapo, thank you for the 34 months. I appreciate it, dude. Congratulations on your 34th month in the guild. That's a long time to forget to cancel your sub, man. But I appreciate it, because if I hit those sub point metrics for February, March, April, I hit the metrics, I get a better split. So thank you, man. Appreciate that. So I always play the same genre. What do you play? What genre do you enjoy, Steel? What do you think? My issue with WoW is people are a bit elitist. They kind of are. It's like a little weird. It's a little weird. I always do find it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's sad, but it is a little weird when people act like, it's, to be fair, it's a little weird when people act like very high about themselves, like high, like very, very self-important over a video game at all. But I kind of get it sometimes. I don't get it over World of Warcraft Classic. I do not get the elitism over World of Warcraft Classic. It's like, bro, this game's 20 years old. It's like, I don't know, are there like there has to be like elitist RuneScape players and shit like that, like people who are just playing ancient games and still act like, you know, I don't know, like the game still matters or something like that. I don't know. I just think it's easier when everybody's there to have fun. So yeah, I don't know if I'll play Season Discovery Phase 2. I kind of want to, but I'm not sure if I will, actually. Might require a couple of days of contemplation once it kind of comes out. But I haven't really played a lot of Blizzard games recently. I didn't play the new Diablo 3 season. I haven't played any of Diablo 4 since pre-season 1. Haven't played any StarCraft in a long time. Haven't logged into Overwatch. Haven't even had Overwatch installed on my computer for a long time. The only game I have installed on my computer right now, I think, is Minecraft. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only game I have installed on my computer is Minecraft. Maybe World of Warcraft, but Spartan Quinn, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome, dude. Welcome. Good to have you. So yeah, I don't know. I gotta find another game like Baldur's Gate 3 to play, because I feel like I shouldn't play through an honor mode playthrough. I'm just gonna be mad if I don't, right? Like I did everything that I wanted to, I think, in Baldur's Gate 3. I don't think I missed anything, because since I knew that I was gonna play the game once, probably, I looked up guides to see if I missed anything, right? Like I looked shit up to see, like, hey, before you go to the Shadowfell, or before you do this or whatever, here's all things to finish in Act 1 or Act 2 or Act 3 or whatever. And I'm pretty sure I did everything. I'm pretty sure I saw everything. You know, like you can always say, like, oh, what if you play through evil? And what if you burn the grove this time? What if you let it Asteria ascend and do all this stuff and do a crazy playthrough? I don't care. I can watch a cutscene, So I don't know. Romance a different character. What are you talking about? I'm proud to say in Baldur's Gate 3, I romanced no one. I romanced not a single character in that game. That's right. I'm a paladin. My oath is the only emotional fulfillment I need. The oath of a crusader, a vengeful warrior of the light. So, we're chilling, Spartan. What's up with you, dude? I really enjoyed games again. I did 4-player honor for a bit, and it's been funny. That's the way to do it. I think if you're gonna do an honor mode, is you play with your friends. So, just curiosity is killing me. Is you just getting into shit? It's my vibe and it's pleasant to listen. Wait. Okay, power metal / symphonic metal. like Battle Beast, Kiss and Dynamite. The only one I know in there is Power Wolf. That's the only band I know in there. It's pleasant to listen to. I can zone in and out and listen to while drawing, so it goes between complete background noise and like, oh, the song. I dig that. That's a good way of thinking about it, I guess. As long as it's not distracting and pulling you out of your art is the main purpose of it, I guess. Anyway, I start my warm today, so I haven't done shit. I haven't sketched at all. I've done some painting and stuff, so we need to do a warm-up sketch today. Something real quick that we can do before we get into the actual adventure building, because today is the first day one of proper adventure asset creation. So today we're gonna do some tokens. I'm gonna reveal some encounters, some things from the Horizon adventure that are going to hopefully. I want to do a quick Astral Knight design thing here that I need for something secret. So that's what we're gonna do today. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna do some environment stuff, maybe some reveal some encounters one might find in the adventure. I've tried to decide how many encounters I need to have in the first adventure, like planned out and ready and polished and stuff, because part of me thinks that honestly, I'm over planning my encounters, right? Like I have this desire to have like 12 encounters for the adventure, but I think a good adventure, if it has like 4, is probably doing fine. For like a small, like 2 or 3 game, couple week shot, adventure, I think having like 3 or 4 encounters is probably enough. So one of them's gonna be optional, like completely optional. Actually 2 of them are completely optional, but then 2 of them are going to be kind of like mandatory, I guess. So if you really want to make the Horizon adventure a one shot, one day, you can do it. But I kind of want there to be 2 to 3 days of gameplay for people. So we need to kind of create something that feels good in that range. So we're gonna actually design some beast encounters. I need a wilderness beast encounter that players can go fight for the very first sort of like optional quest. We'll finish our little Astral Knight design here, and then we'll try and figure out what kind of creature we want to homebrew for this, because I also need to brew all the stats for it as well. I need to make it a convincing 4-player encounter at the beginning of the game. If you like playing a game, hit me up and we'll find something. I gotta get back to work. All right, man, I appreciate it. I haven't played games in a long time besides Baldur's Gate, and I feel the itch now. So I don't know. I'm kind of down. I'm kind of digging it now. I got home with the goth wife. The goth. That's wow. Shit. Living the actual dream. I'm impressed. That's good shit right there. I will say I listened to DMC5, Devil Trigger 10th Loop, twice. I have no idea what that is. I'm guessing it's some fucking emo ass Devil May Cry shit. I'm not familiar though. See, I'm not a Vampire the Masquerade player, so I'm a little ignorant to a lot of these things. I know I'm late, I was washing dishes, but I never understood the community need for romanceable characters and why people get so mad about it. It's probably fun, I don't know. I've never been one to romance characters in video games all that often, except for Persona games, because it's actually like a lot of like character building and dialogue that you get out of it, right? Like Baldur's Gate 3 is like, from what I understand, there's not like much that adding like the romancing like Shadowheart or Lae'zel or Halcyon or whatever actually adds to the game. So I don't know, if I'm not really missing out on much story, I just kind of find it a little cringe and I pass on it. But man, did people hit on my tab. Holy shit. They couldn't stay away, bro. My first adventure was 3 normal encounters, 2 random encounters, or that I held in the wings if I needed to pad out pacing, and 1 big boss fight. Took 4 sessions. Okay, yeah, I like 4 sessions would be ideal for me. 4 sessions would be the ideal length for the Horizon campaign or the adventure. It's supposed to take players from level 1 to 3. That's kind of the plan, because the first adventure, like the first episode 1, starts in Grand Crest level 3. So Horizon is the prologue to that. It's supposed to take you to level 3 and set up the story if you're unfamiliar with what happens in Grand Crest, I guess. Yeah, I think I definitely overestimated the amount of encounters I need to have. I think the general scope and scale of Horizon I was overestimating for a long time. And it's not going to be as bad as I think it will be, I guess, right? Romance and RPGs is the modern power fantasy, is it? Is it like I'm so unimpressive IRL that the main way for me to describe that I am not like living a fantasy of not being like a human worm is that somebody finds me attractive enough to start a romance with me? Is that the general vibe for why people like romanceable NPCs in video games? It's like, why focus on yourself IRL to find another human who isn't disgusted by you when you could just do it in a video game? Is that what you're saying? That all players who seek romance in video games are pathetic husks of humanity? Is that what you're trying to say? Damn, that's a rough take, bro. Look, that's a hard pill for some nerds to swallow, I guess. We got some spicy opinions in here, dude. These are some like Reddit level opinions, Guapo. Yeah, come on, man. I romance Shadowheart so I can have a goth wife, because my wife is a boho flower child. I don't know what a boho flower child is, but that's cool. That's cool. I don't know. I always felt like I have an opinion that I shared with a friend, and she said, "Don't ever say that this opinion on stream because it'll actually get you canceled." And I think I should, just for the spice. That I don't like romance in video games or in D&D or any sort of story like that, because I find it weird to like try and LARP or roleplay a romance with somebody other than Ella. And I know people are like, oh, it's just a story, man. It's just a game. And it's like, that's fine. It's weird to me. It's just weird. I don't like it. It's my choice. And she's like, dude, if you say that on stream, people are gonna like actually get mad at you. You're actually gonna get heat for that one. So I don't know. I think it's a pretty tame take. But you're just insecure, man. Just romance Lae'zel. You'll like it. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling. For games where the true endings are where all the characters die, you weirdo. I let Karlach die, by the way. Yep, I did. I didn't save Karlach. I chose not to. Does that mean monster? Lae'zel left and Karlach died. Gale almost died. Asterion should have died. I just had chaos at the end of my game, I think. And I had a pretty good, a good ending. So I don't know. Fourth session was the party gets back in town, reports in, celebrates. It was literally a party saves Blacksmith's daughter from the goblins type thing. That's a good, like, I wonder how much time to give players for celebration at the end of the game. You know? Thought about that a lot, actually. With dangling plot threads for if it went long term. It did. Next session is tomorrow. How many sessions are you guys on now at this point, Ashy? Yes? Yeah, is that's the take, Guapo? Alright. Humanity's lonely? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just not a big I'm not a big romance in video games enjoyer. You know? and that's okay. I think everybody should be able to play the game in whatever way they want, and if you like that kind of shit, go for it.
Take on Celestials, divine, by definition, perfect, painfully so. Humane, not necessarily.
The fuck counts as a celestial in D&D? D&D celestial. What counts as a celestial? Angels, archons, guardians, eladrin are celestials. Okay. I'm guessing Asimar. I have to remind myself what's actually a celestial in D&D. Look, Senex, sometimes people don't like to hear the truth. Sometimes you gotta say it anyway. Thank you for 100 bits. I appreciate it. Yep. I appreciate it. What's going on? Entering session 6. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Vinny, did you not really like Karlach either? Is that your issue? Damn. Damn. Bro didn't like it. Damn. All right. I need this for something, so don't worry about it. It's gonna be one of our warm sketches. Anyway, we got to start our monster sketch then, I guess. Tomorrow's session won't be TPK oriented. They let their guard down and they think they're safe. Okay, so you're planning for like the session 8 TPK or something. I dig that. Yeah, I agree with that. Romance is just always awkward. If I wanted a girlfriend, I would be playing D&D. Look, it's fine if people like that, if they want to play a game and that's like a main selling feature. I don't know, man. It's just not for me. You know, no judgment, no hate on people who are into that stuff, but it's just not for me. So, yeah, I don't know. I find a lot of it's just like kind of like emotional pornography or whatever. So, I think for me, it's more empty space to headcanon. Not hard romance, but hey, we've been on this adventure through everything. I got your back with some subtext to it. Yeah, it's a good like it definitely. The thing that I have a problem with like, okay, so like Baldur's Gate, here's a case against what I'm saying for romance in video games. I think like romance in like a Persona game is actually a really, really good. Baldur's Gate, not so much. Because how much do you get out, like how much of a story do you get in Baldur's Gate for the romance option, right? It's like I see these videos on YouTube when I'm searching for like I search for like what happens if you let like the cutscenes of like letting Astarion ascend, or letting Gale do whatever, letting you save the camp, or do it, because I want to see these cutscenes, right? I want to know what happens in the game without having to play through the game again, or without having to pay 170 hours of my life again. So I want to see these cutscenes and kind of get the full experience in the game without actually having to go through it again. And I see these like videos of like full Astarion romance, and it's like a 15-minute video. So it adds 15 minutes of cutscenes to the game. And from what I understand, and I could be wrong here, but Baldur's Gate seems to have 4 romance sort of like things in it. The first romance, the second, the third, which is in between Act 2 and 3, and then the epilogue. And that's not really that big of a deal then. It's just like little scenes that don't really change anything. But like Persona has like probably like a good hour, I think. Persona 5 anyway. Had like a good like hour of character progression with that one character. You know? And I think that changes certain things about the game in certain ways. And it seems like you're like there's a lot of story then, right? Like you go on the date with Chie, or you go help Yukiko save her family in, or you go, I don't know, help Ryuji find himself again, or whatever, but like Baldur's Gate just kind of felt like this weird, like strange thing kind of like thrown at the side of the game, right? And that's like a case for romance in video games. I actually don't remember how like in-depth the Mass Effect ones were, but I don't remember if they were very much or not. Doesn't really matter, I guess. I think Baldur's Gate suffers from being a game where you don't have a defined cast, right? Because you feel like, in kind of like in Baldur's Gate, like if you don't use a character in your party, you don't really get to know them, right? Like in Mass Effect, there were all these scenes, these cutscenes, where all the different characters in the cast would interact with you. But like, I feel like if you didn't go talk to a character, you didn't really get to know them at all. Like, I didn't get to know Minsk at all. I did his thing. I went, talked through his dialogue options, and then there was the end of the game. So I didn't get to know the character whatsoever. And you don't get to know the characters. But like in Persona, in Mass Effect, in these games that have like very cast-oriented sort of like whatever, I feel like they did a much better job than Baldur's Gate did, which maybe Baldur's Gate doesn't need to. Because the thing is, Baldur's Gate needs to be a game where you can choose to not take these characters with you. In Persona, there's no choosing not to take the characters with you. In Mass Effect, there's no choosing not to take the characters with you. They come with you and they're there, right? So I don't know, maybe Baldur's Gate kind of suffered from that, but it's an interesting trade-off to get the kind of game that they wanted to or whatever. Unrock, yes, removes the uncertainty/vulnerability or love by gamifying it. Choosing the right dialogue or buying the right items give complete control of the player in matters of love, which helps people cope. Look, I don't want to be mean here, okay? I'm happy just to let people play the games the way they want, right? More narrative depth and less for like, oh boy, I have a girlfriend. Yeah. Good way to put it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a mean thing to say, Guapa. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't know. Persona 3, if you were a female, you could romance specific character. It saves their lives. I don't remember who the fuck that is, but I'm gonna take your word for it because I haven't played Persona 3 since I was a teenager. But yeah, it's not romance specifically, but adjacent example. Someone called Pal World, less lonely survival game. I think that's what I want from a romancing game. Like Final Fantasy 14 doesn't hard romance any NPCs, but the devs intentionally leave an ambiguous space. Headcanon. Is there like a headcanon? Like, is there enough space to ambiguously romance Thancred? To say that in my story of the Scions, I am currently romancing Thancred. Is there ambiguity in there? All right. Okay. All right. Token. We make a new. Where's fuck? Okay. That took a long time to open up. Let's see how big of our tokens are, because we need to make a new file for this. So tokens. They are, how big are our token files? I think it's 1 inch or 1 square is 3 inches, I believe. Let me see. Token requests. So our tokens are image size. So this is 2 by 4. So it's 4 inches per square. Probably don't quite need 4 inches per square. So if we did like 3 inches per square, and we made our first token a 6 by 6. All right. So our first token is going to be our monster you hunt in the wild. Actually, let's make it 3 by 3. 3 by 3. Sorry. Let me. I want to make it a little bit bigger. 3 squares by 3 squares. Oops. That's 9 by 9. We need a beast in the mountains. We need a beast that you can find in the wilderness. Something new. I don't want to do something familiar to D&D players. I want to do something unique to Eldara. Find some sort of new creature, new beast, new monster. Something jungly. That's what she said. Yeah. Okay. All right. Listen. The 14 character definitely has the NPC romance headcanon. All right. Is it Thancred? It is. There's nothing wrong, but it's indulgent. Yeah. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I just don't want to sound like I'm judging anyone because I don't prefer that style of storytelling. Like I don't know how people feel about this. I don't ever. As a GM, I don't ever really offer that much in the way of like, and I know something, you know, I'm popular as a GM. I don't really offer that much romance opportunity in my D&D games, right? It's not like every character, like I don't really like, you know, I don't really like throw out the hooks where it's like, oh shit, I think the lady knight commander of the fortress kind of likes me. Like, I don't do that in my D&D games. If a player wants to like romance an NPC, a lot of it'll be kind of like behind the curtain, right? They're like, hey, you know, I really think it'd be cool if my character could like have a thing with like, I don't know, this NPC. I'm like, okay, great, sure, yeah, go for it. And I'll allude to it happening sort of off screen. Like, okay, so while you guys are in the town for a couple days, you have a couple days to hang out before the next like boat arrives. So what are you doing during that time? And one player will be like, oh, I'm gonna like do push-ups like constantly. I'm gonna do like thousands and thousands of push-ups because I'm a fucking fighter. That's what you do when you're a fighter. I'm gonna action surge push-ups. And it's like, okay, dude, I get it. You're 400 pounds IRL. You just want to LARP as a guy who does push-ups. It's fine. You know, me too. That's why I play fighters all the time. I understand you, all right? But then another player is like, I'm gonna go like learn my arcane arts, and it's like, okay, you're gonna study in game because you couldn't study for any of your tests IRL, so you're LARPing as somebody who is in a disappointment to their parents. I get you too. Like, go on, young champion. And the third player is like, hey, I'm gonna try and like, you know, I'm gonna try and pursue this girl at the tavern that I met. It's like, okay, great, yeah, you know, like maybe do some charisma checks and whatever. Yeah, it works out, man. You two are a bit of an item by the end of this in this adventure or this time period or whatever. But I never like hard RP that or whatever, you know. So romance is an integral part of Persona 5, and you miss a lot of content if you don't pursue it in the game versus Baldur's Gate or even Mass Effect. Romance is an option, doesn't feel like it impacts the game or as a whole. Great people who want romance as an option, but not necessary. Yeah, that's balanced. That's balanced. You know, I like that. Cross Streams, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Thank you for the 21 months. Good to see you, dude. What is up, my friend? How you been? Let's start simple. Have we tried adding dragon to something new yet? One of owlbear dragon bears? You want me to dragonify an owlbear? I can't use an owlbear because that's a favorite thing. But I can dragon up a regular bear. Like a dragon turtle bear? How dragon bear? How does that What kind of crazy amalgamation of monster could we put here? What a crab-like creature with 6 to 8 legs that has multiple joints so it can move and crawl through the dense forest at any angle and any canopy level, attacking from above or below. I do like pincers. That does directly appeal to my love of things that pinch. You know, one of my favorite Pokemon is of course Krabby. So look, we might be able to work something out. I could kind of do like you know what we could do as a D&D monster? We could just do a coconut crab. No one's gonna believe those things are real anyway, so we just do a coconut crab and call it a D&D monster. A goat that lives in the mountains that can use knowledge of terrain and ability to ram, or it can ram people or knock people off the mountain. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a great way to kill our players off, I guess. You know, the ultimate fuck around and find out. You get up to the top of the mountain, you get hit by the ram, and you take like 34 d6 falling damage. It'd be a good way to humble our players early, so I kind of like that too. A LARP is a druid who sleeps in all the time because I sleep deprived IRL. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can learn a lot about a person by what they choose to RP with, like what fantasy they choose to tell for themselves in game, right? It's like, do you want to romance a lot of NPCs in game? Well, likely the player is single. Does the person want to laze around and sleep and be at peace all the time? Well, likely they're chaotic and overworked. Does the player want to have a solid family at home? Well, you know, home life's hard for some people. So I'm just saying, you can always tell a lot about what a person's trying to run away from by what they choose to RP in games. Me, I like to play paladins and fighters because I like to pretend like for some variation of me is somewhat physically impressive. You know, it's just you just got to get your own traumas out, bro. You know, I'll keep my character to myself. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I know you. I see you. Scaled bear with wings and horns and a tail. So, okay, I do kind of feel like my intuition is the beast should be something familiar-ish, but with a very Eldarin take on it. And I don't just want to cram two animals together. Like, it's a bear, but it has wings and a scorpion tail. It's a gopher, but it's 6 feet tall and has crab pincers. You know, it's a pom-pom crab, but instead of pom-poms to absorb particles in the water, it's more crabs. No, it seems to be something that's kind of fun and like what if I say an Eldarin specific creature? It's like, what can we possibly think of? And it can't be a giant Relysian feathered goblin monkey. Okay? It can't be. I have a very rational fear regarding to crabs that climb trees or climb in general. I don't think it's an irrational fear. I think that is a completely rational fear. What are you talking about, Vinny? All right. Do you know how many people die every year from coconut crabs? It's actually a lot. It's a lot more that. Hold on. Let me get some stats for this. How many people do coconut crabs kill per year? They're generally not harmful. Okay, the internet isn't telling me, but apparently they dropped coconuts on people's heads and killed them. And it was like 1.5 people per year died due to coconut crabs. So, he's one avatar. No, I'm not avataring it. I'm not, yeah, I did think it was funny though when I got to the city of Baldur's Gate though, all the references to cabbages being spilled. That was good. I like that. Eldar has sky crystals. What about the dragon turtle? But its back is full of Eldarin sky shards and it flies from island to island. That already exists. Stop. We already did that. That's already a thing. Stop. You try to fuck with me. God damn it. Chimera and bear with a crab claws and dragon wings. Oh, a chimera. Oh, God. Oh, man. Maybe some kind of lizard. So, okay, so hold on, let's just plan this out. I'm gonna spoil the adventure a little bit, okay? Some of the encounters. So, Horizon, you get to Horizon. I'm on 10 right now. Oh, okay. It had smoothing on. That's why. All right. Oh, let's try this again. There we go. If you have a smoothing on, it doesn't finish your lines for you sometimes. Horizon encounters. Encounters. There we go. Encounters. Horizon encounters. Okay, so we have our we have number 1 is our beast in jungle. Number B is our eldritch. Eldritch village. Encounter 3 is our pirates. Now, you take one of these. Choose one. You choose one. And then the second encounter is going to be fuck. It's gonna be on the island. You start on Horizon, then you fly over to the island. And then you have the giant lizard that attacks you. So the lizard. for encounter 4. And then encounter 5 is the secret. Okay, so we have 5 encounters we need to design here. We have 3 mandatory, basically. You choose one of the first encounters, and then you get the second and third encounter. So, of our encounters, we need a beast, an eldritch village thingy, and pirates. We have pirate tokens we can use. So that's good already. We can just reuse those. Our eldritch villagers, we need to have... So I think basically you go to so these are quests, right? You get to Horizon, and for one reason or another, which I don't know how much I should be spoiling stuff on stream for the story, but basically you want to do one of the 3 side quests, right? You can choose to do one of the 3. And so you can choose to either go, it's like, hey, there's something in the jungle, go kill it, because we can't do jungle things with it jungling. We can't go to this village anymore because they got some problems, so go help them. And then when you get to the village, they say like, oh, there's actually something down below in our well that's like this terrible eldritch monstrosity, so you go kill it. Or encounter 3 is there's smugglers and pirates, and you got to go down to the under harbor and beat them up. That's the 3 sort of like side quests that you can choose from. You can choose one of the 3. And then the lizard is basically a encounter that comes and attacks you when you get to the island with the runes on it. And then the secret encounter is the last thing, which I'm not gonna. For Dashstone Ella, who might be watching, there's a lot from Horizon that I cut. I cut the entire pirates, the entire rat story. It's gone. It's changed. I cut the pirates on the island. Maybe I shouldn't. Because there wasn't a lot of story around them. They were just pirates that were mining the island out. Now let's keep the adventure a little bit more trim. Irrational fear of Vidi's overwhelming charisma. What does it say in my role playing? Depends on if you role play a character with high charisma. That's right. If anyone ever role plays a character for high charisma, it's because they can't talk to girls. So, fortunately, sorry, man. You want to play a paladin or a cleric or like a sorcerer or something that uses charisma, just means you can't talk to girls. That's what D&D. Yeah, that's what those stats mean. So, sorry, man. I sure we can't just add a dragon to everything. It works for my Monster Hunter and Pal World. It would work for me. I just don't want Pokemon Company to sue me. So, yeah, I don't want that lawsuit heat. Because it's coming for Pal World, and I feel bad for them, but it's probably on its way. So, Monster Hunter, though, they can probably do whatever they want. Sloth that doesn't need to get back to the ground to poop. Sloths are fine. Sloth claws are terrifying. That's actually good. That's actually a good idea. I don't know if a giant sloth itself is terrifying, though, because I've seen sloths on YouTube videos and shit, and they're just chilling, man. Like no sloth is going to be just disrupting hunting activities in the local jungle. Let's face it. It is the local hunting activities. So, we'd have to do something extra to it. Like, give it, like, 5 arms or some shit. I'm just saying, if you make one thing breathe fire that shouldn't, the party will never cluster again for fear of another dragon-breathing rat monkey. Dude, okay, so I was actually thinking of making like a so imagine, if you will, imagine if you will no stop imagine, if you will, a cluster of Relysian feathered goblin monkeys that had taken on a reptilian form and were reptiles, mammalian reptiles, that instead breathed small amounts of fire. They spit globules of fire. Because I don't know where to use them. But if we use them here, we have a reason to draw them. And then I have a reason to make a new Crumb emote. All right, that's also a thing. Okay, so we have our beast at Eldritch Village. Okay, so the Eldritch Village, this is just going to be a monstrosity. Monster brackets, not anime. Not anime, all right. Pirates are pirates. Lizard, okay. So our beast, maybe we do some kind of weird mammal. What kind of strange mammal would come from a jungle in the Shattered Sea? How would, like, maybe like kind of a jungle cat? I like the idea of being like kind of a bulky creature, like a bear or something like that. Like bear-like, you know? Sloth with laser eyes, can't move that much. Ooh, but it's like a turret. Vigoroth, but with wings. No, stop. I don't want the Pokemon Company coming after me again. A platypus. Stopping quick to let you know Amaranth is live. Oh, is she? Oh, okay. Thanks, Steve. Oh, let's see.
Your aunt pulls out.
No, stop. Amaranth. Yeah, okay, great. Well, shit, I'm just wasting my day now. All right. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for the debate. Bear with wings. Bear with wings could work. Had an idea for a cross between a tiger and an eastern dragon, could phase in and out of the walls and floors like a ghost. That's pretty cool. That sounds a little more like high level monster than we're looking for a level 1, like something that level 1 adventures could take on. So it's kind of like a large clawed creature, something lumbering, bulky, or I don't know. But I feel like anything jungle catty would be too high for level 1 adventures, right? You know, the Panther, kind of. I mean, there was a card, Magic the Gathering card called the Phantom Nishoba. Nishoba. Let me see if there's some art for the Phantom Nishoba. Yeah. There you go. There's your phase cat thingy. You know? It was a ghost cat dragon thingy. There you go. Beast spirit. The Phantom Nishoba. What else we have? Specifically mammal. How about a pangolin or an anteater? Many of those. A pangolin. Pangolin. The big old shell on it. That could be cool. Pangolins are cool. Yeah, it could be a hard carapace shell, whatever. What is a pangolin scale made of? Because, like, you don't think this is not anything but a reptile when you see it. But then it's got a little mammal nose. It's tough, man. It's like an armadillo. These little fuckers. Little pieces of shit. Their stupid little ears and their stupid little fluffy bellies. Their stupid little armor. What is this? Giant armadillo. 9 banded armadillo. Pink fairy armadillo. Tree pangolin. Giant pangolin. And an aardvark. What is a pink what the fuck? Pink fairy armadillo. Is this a real creature? Nah, dog, I don't believe it. Yeah, I don't believe it, man. I don't believe this is a real creature. I don't think this is a real creature. I think this is AI. I don't think this is a chicken, a baby chick wearing a stupid hat and boots. I don't know if I buy it. This is a real creature. I think these are great photoshops. Yeah, no, dog. I don't think this I don't think this is real. I think this is a conspiracy. This is the kind of thing that they make as like a false flag to make people think that shit like the flat earth conspiracy can't be that wild if these things exist. No, this is all a false flag, man, by the modern government. They try to make you think that pink fairy armadillos exist. Nah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Armored but omnivorous pangolins can be territorial, but usually lumber around and rely on natural armor. Capybara with laser eyes. Why does it need to have laser eyes? As many other mammals, keratin fibers embedded in their skin, so it's just fingernails. What the fuck? 415 for the pink fairy. Is this video? Are you part of this operation? All right, 415. Let's see.
Productive rate. They regularly give birth to quadruplets. The pink fairy armadillo is the smallest and objectively cutest armadillo. They're about the same size as a squirrel.
Dude, look at the distortion. Look at the distortion around it. Look at it. Look right there. Look at that distortion. That's CGI. That's bad AI.
24 bands. They're primarily nocturnal and dig burrows. This behavior has led them to be classified as a subterranean armadillo.
Nah, dude, look at the dirt piles. This is some mediocre particle effects right here. That's not. That's like, dude, please, come on. You know, we could 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago we were faking videos. You don't think we can fake better videos today? Yeah, come on, man. How many videos does the government fake to get us to think that something's real? Right? The round earth, moon landings. I don't know what else. What else is a fake video? Pink fairy armadillos. I don't trust the government, man. I'm not a sheeple. I don't think these exist. I think it's a made up creature. That is a bad AI of a Pokemon. Pangolin, on the other hand, with a little guy Dig, he's trying, dude. He's going somewhere. All right, something kind of large and pangolin-y could be cool. You know, I like that kind of shape. Let's do something kind of carapacey like that. Let's just do some sketching here. So you go to the jungle. All right, what does the shape of a pangolin look like? You have to make it fantasy. Pangolin. All right. So remember, this is a 3x3 token. If we actually go with this, so it needs to be pretty big. It needs to be pretty bulky. Actually, let's make it bigger. Let's make it fit into the token space a little bit better. Part of the charm of doing top-down tokens, I think, is that you can sort of really fill the space out and make it feel like the creature's a lot bigger or more imposing than it is. They have these big old claws on them, don't they? Let's give them big old chunky claws. And make it a little bit fatter than a pangolin. And let's give it spikes. on its tail. Let's give it like a club. How much cooler would a pangolin be if it had a club tail? That feels good, man. That's good shit. We'll give it little earsies. We'll also make it look mean. Instead of kind of adorable. Give it like a, I don't know, a big horn. We need some abilities for it too. Flying elephant. I mean, that would be very Shattered Sea, wouldn't it? Let's also give it... Yeah. More horns. And we gotta figure out the scale pattern. Kind of what I want to do its entire body in scales. Maybe we should, though. Won't be too much work, and it would look pretty cool. At least like a sort of a top shell layer of scales, you know? That'd be pretty cool. It's like some shit I saw in VR chat the other day or whatever. Oh, I downloaded VR chat, by the way. That was a mistake. I got my Oculus out. Started playing Beat Saber again. Hurt my back, so that was fun. Decided to go to VR chat and I regret it. It was my first time too. How we do the scales going off into the tail. Honestly, I popped it into my sleep degenerate brain. Definitely probably doesn't see what I should be seeing. I don't know if it's a large Ankylosaurus pangolin, then yes. That's exactly what it is. Yep. Crow traps a Beat Saber go way hard for squats though. Yeah, actually. Yeah, all the like max level like Fitbit or whatever it is. It's so funny that my watch thinks that I'm like walking or like jogging or whatever when I'm playing Beat Saber. So it's like yesterday my watch thinks I walked 12,000 steps and I only took Yuna out once. I probably in reality walked like 2,000, 3,000 steps yesterday. But hey man, you play Beat Saber for an hour and your watch thinks you're on top of it. Have a different scale, like small scales. Going down the actual tail. Yeah, I gotta find some games to play on my VR headset now. I think find some things to do. I can't just go back to VR chat. It was rough, man. My first time, maybe my last time. The amount of weebs and has-been hotel fans was just concerning. I think this is a good first monster to fight in your adventure. And it's like its legs, I can make its legs like kind of fluffy, so that it shows there's like kind of, because like this is looking a little lizardy. I think if we make its face and its legs fluffy, then we'll be able to sell the fact that it's a mammal of some variety. Evangeline VR stream. I gotta figure out how to upload Evangeline as my VR chat model. Just to complete the experience. Ability pin and pound. On a successful claw strike, the target must make a DC 13 dex save or be pinned to the ground, prone. In the same round, the beast's name can swivel its tail club and around and score an automatic hit. That's pretty good. I like that, actually. Because it needs to be dangerous but not deadly. This is literally some player's first level 1 encounter with their new characters. So, yeah, things like that. Or like, I don't know, shooting spines or a charge attack or... Yeah, I like that. The pinning is kind of fun because I don't know, you have to like get up next turn or whatever. Band director would forget to take off his Fitbit before rehearsal, and halfway through he'll look at it and go, "Oh, 10k steps," and then give us a downbeat. He'll get us every time. Yeah, that's funny. That's good shit. I don't know. Beat Saber thought I was going crazy yesterday, man. 12,000 steps. I don't know about that. I don't know if an hour of Beat Saber is the same cardio as an hour of walking. Maybe it's better. You're definitely moving around more. Heart rate's higher probably, but you're using smaller muscle groups. So I don't know. It is. You can add Evangeline or like your VTube models to VR chat. I'm going to see if Eiley wants to play VR chat with me on her VTuber, and I can come in on Evangeline. That's the real spot where our friends are going to meet up now, is VR chat. It's cool though. It must be really cool to be like a kid and have VR chat instead of like MSN or something we grew up with. We grew up in the ghetto of the internet, man. We grew up with MSN Messenger and shit like that. Oof. Oof. The coolest thing you could do when you were 14 in 2004 is have a webcam. And you and your friend can talk to each other over voice chat with webcam. Oh no, you couldn't. There was no voice chat actually. It was just it was video before it was voice. Oh shit, I remember that. It was video before it was voice for a lot of us. Yeah, right, because you could start a video call on MSN, but there wasn't a voice. Like nobody had a good microphone. Nobody had a microphone. The microphones you had in 2004 were like the IBM like stick microphones. Remember those? Or whatever. So yeah, nobody had a microphone, but we had webcams before we had microphones. That's weird. Yeah, seen the Apple Vision Pro videos. It's wild seeing people actually walk around with it, using them in public. Yeah, it's funny. I don't think I could do it, man. I don't think I'd walk around with stupid VR thing on my face in public. You know, your like a general awareness must be a lot lower. You just have things popping up in front of you and whatever, and like messages on one side and like a UI and stuff. There's like people are going to there's gonna be a lot of news stories soon of people getting like their Vision Pro things like stolen or whatever. 'Cause you're sitting there waddling around like the street, just like, you know, looking at news articles or answering your mom's emails or whatever, and some guy's gonna just run up and grab it off your head and just be gone before you even turn around. So I don't know. I don't think I could use one in public. Also, I have a little bit of shame, like not a lot of shame. I just shed most of my shame when I decided to start streaming. Right? One does not have a sense of shame and live stream on the internet. But I might have a little bit of shame left. I don't think I'd walk around in public with one of those things attached to my face. I don't know. I don't know, man. You never know. You never know. So here's my Hotmail address I made for MSN. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to get into that original Hotmail address. I would have conversations in those emails, because you sent emails to your friends sometimes back in the day, right? I'd have conversations in those emails archives between like 15-year-old me and my friends from like across the world or whatever. I was very like I was in the earliest adopters, I think, of like making online friends. And it's so weird. The online friends that I met through a couple like websites that I like, chat room websites that I went to when I was like a teenager. It's amazing how safe it was. Like there's no shot I would let my kids do shit like that now. Right? But we were all just a bunch of kids, you know? We were all just a bunch of kids just meeting up, talking. And it's amazing that we were all around the same age group too. Like of my friend group when I was that age, I was on the older end. It was probably like the youngest in our friend group of like maybe 20 was like maybe 11 or 12, and the oldest was probably like 14 or 15. So I wasn't the oldest, but I was on the older end of that, like that friend group or whatever. And we all just like met online, just like hung out and stuff. It was so weird. Like it was so bizarre that just like happened out of nowhere, that people just didn't talk to other people. Like the only way you could talk to somebody from anywhere else in the world was like a pen pal in the 90s. And then the 2000s hit, and all of a sudden I have friends in like different states in the US and shit. It was crazy, man. But it was great. It was I actually like I don't really keep up with that. There's one friend I keep up with. One friend. And she lives on the other side of Canada. And I thought I'd lost contact with her like forever. And then she just randomly messaged me on Instagram 2 months ago. And I was like, you know, oh shit, I would talk to you in like 15 years, you know? And it was great, you know? It was great. It was cool catching up with her a little bit. She got a kid now, and she's all old and shit, and got a real job, and I'm old and shit. But yeah, that was a great time to come up with. I feel like VR chat might be the same thing. If you can find like, I don't know, there's some way to like find people your age in VR chat, or any of those like online. Like I don't know how do you make online friends? I guess you just do it in video games now if you're a kid, but it's like so much more dangerous now to be a kid on the internet. So I don't know. It's not like my parents knew what the fuck was going on. Like, yeah, I don't know. He's talking to his friend in Newfoundland. All right, whatever. We'd like call each other's on like our phone and whatnot. My mom got a long distance plan so I could talk to my friend on the phone in Newfoundland that I met online when I was like 14. It's crazy, man. The world was a different place back then. It was more innocent, more wholesome. All right, I think I'm digging this design, actually. I think our club needs to be bigger, though. Club needs to be more imposing. We're not giving it wings, though, so that is kind of a down, I don't know, a downside to this design. Had the same Yahoo email address for 20 years. Jesus, dude, that's impressive, man. That's impressive. I remember I switched over to Gmail because I thought that Hotmail sounded tacky, you know, because like I had multiple Hotmail accounts. They got more mature. Like the first one was like degenerate and a joke. The second one was like, I don't know, some Hotmail you create when you're like 16, like Jedi Master X12, you know, at Hotmail. and the third one was like my name at Hotmail. And then I moved over to a Gmail, and I thought I was so mature and so cool when I moved over to a Gmail address. And you know what? I was right. It wasn't until I moved over to a Proton Mail address that I realized I was actually an adult. The moment you switch over from Gmail to like a privacy or security focused email, that's when you know you're a real adult. And people also think that you sell drugs because of it. So, you know. That's fine. Remember when Tumblr was popular during my high school days? Yeah, I was never a Tumblr kid. I never really got on Tumblr. I was on DeviantArt because this chick in 11th grade who was really hot got me on DeviantArt, and I like made a DeviantArt account because she was hot, and that's what you do when you're in 11th grade. If a hot girl tells you to do something, you do it. Yeah, I don't remember what else. I think it was just MySpace and then Facebook. It's like MySpace was like a junior high thing for me, and then Facebook came out when I was in high school. When did Facebook come out, actually? When did Facebook come out? I remember I was at 2004. Yeah, so I would have created it in 2006. It became open general public. So 2006. So yeah, I would have been 16 in the middle of high school. I remember I made my Facebook account in the school library. I remember that, actually. My friend Mary added me on Facebook. She made me create an account, and then she added me. And it was PogChamp. And then I deleted my Facebook years ago. Because I didn't want anyone tracking me from my old life and finding out that I'm a degenerate streamer on the internet now that talks about video games and dragons and shit in his mid-30s. Coincidentally, people still found me, which is embarrassing. But, hey, remember what I said about no shame in streaming? So dudes, how do? Wait, what? How do what? I'm confused. T, what's up? Ankylosaurus pangolin? Basically, yes. Yeah. Ankylosaurus pangolin with more horns and spikes. This is our first monster. The first monster we're creating for the Horizon adventure. So this is the first piece of actual content for the first adventure. So we need to make a convincing one for your first monster you slay in game. Large club with more spikes. We'll probably put more spikes on there, yeah. What on earth is Proton Mail? Proton Mail is like a privacy or security focused email service that is run out of Switzerland. So it's very hard to it's so the upsides are that there's not like information, like they don't sell your information shit or don't use your information like Google does. They don't like read your emails and shit like that. It's all encrypted. The downside is a lot of people who do like criminal and illicit things use those accounts. So a lot of people are suspicious when they're like, a Proton Mail. You must be up to some unfortunate things. And it's like, nah, man. Sometimes you just have like your most important email. Because the problem is like, if Google doesn't like you, they can shut you out of your email, and they do. And so there were stories of that happening, right? Like stories of like political figures or like people in the media, right? Like the Andrew Tates or Hassan Abis of the world, pick two political spectrum people on the different ends. That Google, if they don't like you, they'll shut you out of your Google account. I've heard about that. So the most important things, like my bank and shit like that, I don't actually run through a Gmail account. I run through a different one that isn't connected to anything. Yeah, that's why. There's lots of services like that. But it's also like the thing is, it's run out of Switzerland, so there's no like the government can't what's the term if the government demands information from a service or whatever, like your phone provider or whatever. So they can't demand your information from Proton Mail, because Proton Mail doesn't even keep it. It's all encrypted. So even if they did give your emails over to your government from whatever created country you're from, they couldn't even really get access to it theoretically. You know, of course, there's always ways around that, but so yeah, so a lot of unfortunate individuals use those kind of services for less savory things, but a lot of people just use it for important shit. So that was so cool when Gmail was invite only, and I got an invite from Jackie. Damn, you got an invite from Jackie, bro? That's fucking sick. Jackie, the commissioner herself, personal invitation. Wow. I wish somebody invited me to something exclusive. Oh well. And draws a lot of magical girl art, no shame. Have I ever drawn magical girl art? I don't actually think I have. There's one. Depends on if Evangeline Witch, if hold on. Depends on if this is constitutes magical girl or not. Wait, personal Photoshop. Yeah, depends on if this constitutes magical girl art. I guess is whether or not. Maybe I should have shame or not. I don't know. I don't know. It could. You convinced me that it does, but I don't know. Crowd is in your stream, so when I put my headphones back on, it spooked me hearing your voice. Oh shit! What's up, Steel? What's going on, bro? Yo, what's up? They just know my email. If they want to talk, maybe they can send a paper letter. Yeah, that's one way of doing it, I guess. It's definitely one way. Okay, I think our under sketch is done. Is there anything we do before we move on to our actual like drawing here, our line work, our painting? Is there any other details you want to add to this, make it more D&D? He's got spikes. He's got claws. He's got a horn. He's got more horns. He's got a club tail. We don't want to go too crazy though, I think, because this is a level 1 creature, right? A CR1. So use proton mail, okay? Yeah, use proton mail. Use it. Do it. Use it. Be a weird infosec enthusiast. Be a hacker man's. Go get your first black your black badge at DEF CON. I want to go to DEF CON so bad, but I don't have any friends who want to go to DEF CON with me. It's this big hacker convention in Las Vegas. It's really cool. I want to go to DEF CON so bad, but I don't have any friends that want to go to DEF CON with me. You know? They don't want to go to the hacker nerd convention and watch people do CTF games and shit like that. But I want to go. I want to go so bad. I guess I need to make more nerdy friends. She's the most magical of girls. All right. Well, there you go. Gem eye in a weird place. Ooh. A strange gem eye. Like, why is that there? I don't know, man. Don't ask questions. Is that the vibe? Maybe we should fix our scales before we go to our actual. I don't want the scales to be too clean or precise or whatever. They need to be kind of random and kind of dumb. So we don't want to make them too uniform. DEFCON is a music festival in Netherlands. Oh, that's cool. I've never been to a music festival. I don't think I could be around that many people who are stoned and half naked. Just not my jam. Not my jam. Played a lot of World of Warcraft. Went to a lot of BlizzCons. I'm good. I'm gonna go to any music festivals. So, hacker dude, is that not an emote? I thought that was an emote. You not add that to BTTV? That has to be an emote, right? That Hackerman's is here. Yeah, we have Hackerman's. Dank Hacker. Wait, how do we not have this emote? Wait, why won't it let me? Oh, there we go. There, now we have Dank Hackerman's on here as well, so. There you go. So when you try to figure out your essay that you wanna type, you have Dank Hackerman's. Hacker Cat. Hacker S. Literally dashed out at work. Okay. Now this creature also is gonna be constituted as D&D creature size chart. It's gonna be constituted as a huge creature, 3/3, huge. So, it's cool. Maybe allude someone is adding them to the monsters to monitor or witness. Maybe control a little. That's a cool story, actually. It's kind of like control crystal or whatever added to it. Ooh, we could do sky shards on it. We could do like a sky shard crystal on its back. Then it would fly. If we added sky shard crystals to its carapace, then it would have to fly. And now, do we want to make this thing have a flight speed? Because that seems dangerous if this thing can fly now. Maybe that's the best way of doing it. I don't know. All right, let me quickly just figure out our claws a little bit better here, and then we'll switch over to our actual like line work layer and start drawing, start painting, getting our first D&D monster token for the adventure. We want to have little thingies, basically. And give them little thingies. Actually, what is a pangolin? Maybe we should use a pangolin claw. They're just big. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're just big claws. They're not even fingies. We're gonna give them little digits. There's nothing to fing with. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess we just do that. And one, kind of cutting it close here on this side, but that's fine. We maximizing our token space. All right. For our club, though, I wonder if we make it like more spiky or maybe more. How would a mammal grow a club? There you go, Dashta. That's for you, man. That's for you pushing your newest build at work. There you go. Next time, like your intern submits something for you late, just respond with that emote to him. I don't know if you still have an intern right now or not. I'm not sure. What if the bladed or spiked bits were made of metal? How would it be made of metal? How would we explain that? We call this thing the blood pango. It's carnivorous and attacks mammals, ripping them open with its claws and then using its anteater tongue to flick it inside and get all the juicy bits. It just pulls all the innards out, starting with your liver. That's terrifying. It's got a bladed tongue. Don't anteater tongues have like blades on them or whatever? Anteater tongue. So I was expecting to get like an when I searched anteater tongue, I was expecting to get like an anatomical like diagram of anteaters tongues, but I just got pictures of anteaters looking kind of high and derpy. Yeah. This is what I got here. All right. Your average opinion on Twitch. Your average chatter telling you why your art is wrong. There you go. That's not what I was looking for, man. That's not what I wanted, but I'm glad we got it, I guess. I thought they had little spikes on them or whatever. Oh, wait. Pangolins have long tongues too? Wait, what the fuck? The tongue adaptations of the pangolin? The pangolin family Manidae has a highly specialized food adaptations to eat ants and termites. Their jaw forms a toothless tunnel, which allows their incredibly long tongues to reach the insect's nests. Unlike most mammals whose tongues attach to bone in the neck, the tongue of the pangolin attaches to the end of the sternum, which itself extends to the abdomen. I'm starting to consider that this creature doesn't exist either. I don't know. I can't prove that the pangolin exists either. I didn't realize pangolins had giant tongues too. This is the most non-threatening creature I've ever seen. This is a creature that just maxed out its defense stats and just farms. It's like a person that goes on a PvP realm with like huge, massive defense stats as a tank and just like farms herbs and doesn't even have a weapon equipped. That's just okay. I'm impressed now. These creatures are wild, man. They got fucking seashells all over them. Does that make the anteater a strictly worse pangolin? I'm learning so much today when we're trying to make D&D monsters. Skull? Their tongue really goes all the way to their fucking... Wait, what the fuck? A woodpecker's tongue goes all the way around its brain? What the fuck? I can't unsee this now. Green woodpecker tongues are so long they wrap around their skulls? It's so long it has to coil behind the skull, over the eyes, and into the right nostril in order to fit in the bird's head? What the fuck? What even are these? Okay, all right. I don't believe animals exist anymore. I'm starting to believe they don't exist. I think the only animals that actually exist are dogs and iguanas. Those are the only animals that actually exist. Every other animal is a psyop. Octopus doesn't exist, even though I saw one. Fish don't exist. Except for the boring ones. Dude. Okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna get distracted by this anymore. Tears does a video on if anteaters are OP. Really? Are they? Woodpeckers are wild. They also got muscles around their head to mitigate the hammering they do. How do they not get concussions? Anteater is a worse pangolin? Yeah, alright. Stream topics, wait. There's an attack. Wait, this is actually a video. Is the anteater OP? Next to like jungle cat, I don't see how it is. I don't see how anteater could beat jungle cat. Jaguar, cheeto, puma, cougar, lynx, tigre, leon. I don't think anteater can beat any jungle cat. I think giant cats are probably the most terrifying creatures. You know, like bears are scary, gorillas are scary, but like if you had to fight a bear, a gorilla, or a tiger. I don't know, man. I think you'd have to pick the gorilla. I think you have to pick the gorilla just because it doesn't have spikes, man. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a likelihood which animal you could beat, but it's probably not a grizzly bear. It's probably not a tiger. You know, they got knives on their hands, bro. You ain't beating that. I mean, if you give a gorilla a knife, then you're fucked. So, let's get through the video. 3 different anteater builds going farther from D to A tier. Really? Okay. We're not gonna have our pangolin tongue like part of this creature, right? We're not gonna have its tongue be a defining part, right? Unless there needs to be tongue lash. Like maybe we do like a tongue lash attack with our pangolin. Some kind of a bladed tongue or whatever. Post a pangolin videos for folks for later. Z Frank is very entertaining. True facts, pangolin. Oh my god. Dude. I don't know if these creatures actually exist. I've never seen a pangolin in person, so I don't know if it exists. To be fair, I didn't think an octopus existed until I saw one. Yeah. I still don't think... what animals do I not think exist? I don't think a platypus exists. I think that's a psyop. I don't think ostriches exist. I think they're just rebranded emus. Then again, I don't even think an emu necessarily exists. I don't know. Never been to Australia, so I wouldn't know. Anyway, okay. All right, this is good. Let us begin. This is our undersketch. Our first monster.
Pangolin, otherwise known as a pineapple rattlesnake.
The problem is it's true, man. It's true, though, Rock. It is my favorite of the fruits, though, the pineapple. So maybe I'm more on board with this than I was before. So thank you, 100 bits, man. Appreciate it. Remember a story about a guy that killed a mountain lion by hand, mainly by shoving its shredded arm down its throat and choking it to death? There you go. That's how you kill a mountain lion, I guess. I don't know. Cougars are scary, man. We get them around here. The thing is, cougars and mountain lions, they don't mess with you here. Right? Like, what messes with you here? Like a bear will mess with you if you screw up. The most aggressive animals where I live, though, are probably coyotes and geese. Like, if you've ever been to the mountains or like in the area of western Alberta that I live, and you've never kicked a coyote or a goose, you probably haven't been outside. But like, coyotes will run up and they'll try and fuck your day up, and you're like, what are you doing? You're like a hobbit. You're like a dog hobbit. Like, stop. You know?
Cougars only mess with me when I'm out drinking. Out you mean the animal.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, all right. Okay, thanks for that, Rock. Yeah. Okay. All right, dude. Okay, chill. Jesus, man, chill. I think 100 bits, Rock. Beware the East Coast cougar. Beware they. Oh, okay. All right. Relax, boys. Relax. Jeez, man. Y'all need to stop tripping, man. It's dangerous out here. I mean, I grew up near a community called Cougar something or another, like Cougar Valley or whatever. Oh, why did they name it Cougar Valley? Well, how many dogs per year got eaten by cougars? Quite a few. But yeah, cougars won't like mountain lions won't fuck with you. They generally chill. They don't want to mess with people. They know pretty well that people will be a bad time, and so they don't really fuck around. So cougars only mess with you. Coyotes will mess with you. Geese will mess with you. A bear will mess with you at a rare occasion. That's a bad day. That's a bad day when a bear wants to mess with you. Black bears are fine. Black bears are kind of pussies. You can kick a black bear hard enough and it fucks off, right? If you kick a black bear hard enough in its face, it's like, I'm gonna go home, you know. Grizzly bear, you're kind of fucked though. But actually, the most dangerous animals where I live are deer and elk and moose. Mooses are responsible for more player deaths per server per year or whatever than any other animal where I live, because people run into them. So yeah, mooses are, you don't mess with mooses, all right? They will ruin your day, bro. They might ruin your day just by walking through your street though, regardless. Like, you might not take any exceptional I don't know, circumstances on your end for a moose to ruin your day. I think we do coils to our horns. Those are pretty cool. You can go a little more detailed on this token because it'll be a larger one, so people will see more of the details. By the way, but I hope you're okay. I know you were a dragoon. Oh, what happened? Man, really? First my paladin and now my dragoon? Really? God damn it. What did I do to make Yoshi so upset, Ashy? See videos, bears are only scared of one thing. Disgruntled cats. It's a real thing. Yeah, true. Yep. I mean, around where I live, there's like bear spray warnings. Like, you're not allowed to have bear spray in town, usually. It's like against federal law for you to carry bear spray, just like walking around town. But every once in a while, the local police are like, "Hey, man, there's like bears around, so you probably want to carry your bear spray when you go out for a walk. Just you know, just be careful, bro." Buying a can of bear spray, though, in Canada, you have to go through the same process as, like, buying a firearm. It's crazy. They make you do, like, a bear spray safety thing and sign waivers and shit. It's like, but I just want to go on a hike. What do you mean? Someone's fired for doing a cover of a song she had permission to cover from the artist. Oh, I remember reading, like, I read something about that for, like, around 10 minutes on Twitter yesterday, and then I, like, snorted to myself and then closed Twitter. But yeah, apparently people are upset with Niji Sanji. Kind of the company's not that popular. I do think, actually, we've talked about this, but I do think the whole, like, corporate VTuber thing is a little bit eerie and weird to me. It's like you ever talk to somebody, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, if you ever just put in reference for all our D&D players in here, you guys ever talk to a friend who's like a little bit too into the game? They're a little bit, they take their RP a little bit too seriously, you know? Like, you'll be at the table and you'll be like, hey Amanda, can you pass me the Cheetos? And your friend's just gonna be sitting there, she's just like fiddling with her dice. She has this, like, she got her eyebrows all high up, like she thinks she's being very clever, and you're like, sorry, Callista Winterbloom. She's like, yes, can you pass me the Cheetos? And she's like, okay. And you're like, okay, I think you're taking the RP a little too seriously. Corporate VTubers are like that. Corporate VTubers and the companies that go along with them actually try and retain the illusion that the person, that the VTuber is actually an anime girl. And this happens with these, like, corporate things, like, oh, our VTuber's graduating. It's like, they're getting a new fucking VTuber. What do you? It's so weird, man. It's so fucking weird. But it's normal to them, I guess. I guess they're chilling, bro. Cal, we're drawing our first token for our first encounter in Horizon, for our first adventure. This is the first piece of content we're creating for the game. Our very first piece of Horizon stuff. I don't know, media, content's maybe the right word. I don't know, but so this morning, it's really sad how it ended. I'm glad she's okay though. Yeah, I hope she's okay. I heard she was like hospitalized or whatever. That's serious shit. You think the company would care a little bit more about, you know, the person and less about, you know, the anime girl aspect? Like the agencies are so weird, bro. I was so happy for, like, all the VShojo. I don't know if VShojo's bad, but I was so happy for all the VShojo VTubers when they left and went to Mythic. They're just chilling, doing their own thing, not really, like, maintaining the illusion that they're actually anime girls. It's just so weird, man. It to me, it's just taking RP way too far. It's like your friend who plays Vampire the Masquerade and starts to come to school wearing red glasses and a trench coat, and you're like, bro, what are you doing? You know? Hospital stress due to internal bullying. I didn't realize it was internal bullying. I thought it was just like bullying in general. I didn't realize it was internal bullying from the company. That's sad, man. That's sad. Glad she's on her own now. So what happens, Ashley? Because I wanted to ask about that. So we're talking about this VTuber. Let me take a 5-minute tangent here while we're doing this shit. Celine. It's pronounced Celine, right? Not Selene. So when she leaves Niji-Sanji, because she's left Niji-Sanji now, I'm guessing, does Niji-Sanji own her Twitter account? Like, are we gonna see, like, I don't know anything about Celine or whatever. Are we gonna see this person, the human person behind the anime girl, relaunch as a new VTuber? Or is now she just gonna continue to stream on her channel, do her thing or whatever, but just not part of Niji-Sanji? Like, does Niji-Sanji like take all the art and everything? They own the character and all the attached content, but they usually retire it. And yeah, she's human. Celine's human is going back to their indie career. So what's Celine's, like, what's her Twitter account? What's her like her like former, like, her indie VTuber called? So, like, all of her following on Twitch and everything is just, it's just dead. Shoot topics for her. Probably shouldn't open a Doki. That's still pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good then. Okay, all right. Hey, I'll give Doki a follow. It's so weird people try and pretend like this and this aren't the same person. Like, when you're like, so for people who don't know, understand, for VTubers that go work for big companies like this, you aren't allowed to mention who you were before you became this anime girl. It's so eerie and kind of creepy. It's like you aren't even allowed to, like someone's just like, oh, hey, what's up, Doki? And you just like have to ban them from your chat. You're like, I don't know who Doki is. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who this Doki person is. It's like, no, it was your other VTuber. Like, it's so weird. It's weird and eerie and kind of creepy, and I don't know, but it's the way that they do this shit in Japan. And I guess I don't know, man. I guess some people still like it, but hey, good for her. She's doing her own thing now, back to being an independent creator. Because, like, really, the mythic talent VTubers, I think, are all the ones doing the most interesting shit. By a long shot, because they actually have, like, the autonomy and stuff. They have the backing and support of a company without the fucking weird, like, creepy, like, you're an anime girl. You can't acknowledge that you're a real person, you know? The only big VTuber I think that's not on Mythic right now, that's like, or like an indie one that's relevant, is maybe Iron Mouse. I can't think of any other, like, relevant, maybe like Zentreya or something. I don't know who are the shoujo ones still. But, like, Shy Lily, Neanners, all these ones, you know, I don't know. It's VTubing is so weird for me, man. It's like I think it's fun to follow the news and the drama and everything, but it's sometimes the VTubing community and VTubers and stuff take it too seriously, and it makes me uncomfortable. It weirds me out, you know. All right, VTuber rant over. Taking our little interlude. Appreciate your patience on this matter. Yeah, it's just weird, bro. For new streams, a little separation in order to maintain their fantasy, but that's this. It's so weird that you're trying to maintain the fantasy, like the actual, like. It's like, imagine like you're playing D&D and your DM doesn't let you refer to them or any player by their real name. You're not allowed to, like, acknowledge you're playing a game. Everyone has to be so deep in their RP that you, like, you know, it's like, I don't know. I feel like they haven't had the, like, really weird, like, getting lost in the sauce moment yet that, like, our peers did. whereby when you're like role playing or like LARPing or something, there's still this sort of like level of self-awareness that what you're doing is absolutely ridiculous. VTubers haven't had that yet. So the VTuber viewers just want to believe with all their might and all their soul that they're just watching anime girls that they're real. You know? They need that escapism so bad that they need to not realize they're watching a streamer and having fun and, like, you know, doing that. They need to think that they're actually, you know, in a world of anime. Look, man, that's what you like. I support you. It's a little weird, but hey, I love my VTuber viewers out there. Y'all go after your own happiness. That's what you want to do, I guess. Then go get it. I always have a super tight NDAs because you represent their brand and they don't want a risk of your past life causing problems. I don't think I think that's that is an optimistic take, Ashy. I think they don't. I think that they are trying to preserve the illusion so hard that doesn't want anything to do. It's not like, oh, you were controversial in your past life or whatever, so that's gonna come through. Like, no, I think it's all just because they don't want to, like, they actually think that their like immersion is, I don't know, you know. Some series are more well kept than others. Yeah, true. Compared with idol culture in general, yeah, that's where it comes from, is the idol culture, which is all the criticism that you can level like that of VTubers in general all come from the idol culture in Japan. It's fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird. I knew a girl who was a like a minor idol in Japan, and it was so strange, so eerie, so creepy, the things she had to do and say and not say and whatnot just to maintain the suspension of disbelief that one day you too could date this idol. It's like, bro, y'all way too lonely for your own good. You'll be fine, man. Go outside. Find a cute real girl to date. You don't need an anime girl. You'll be okay. Go to the gym. Stop playing as many video games. Try hard at your job. Brush your teeth. Get in the shower once a day. Like, you'll be fine, man. You'll be fine. You don't need an anime girl. You can do it. I believe in y'all. But despicable fucking degenerate gamer like me can do it. You can do it too, bro. I believe. Believe. We need Evangeline on there. Yeah, we need to get Evangeline into the main company. Twitter agencies do a good job of getting you started.
Stop playing video games.
Yep.
Shower.
I said as much. I said as much.
Let's be rational.
I said as much. Video games. Many video games. Look, play video games a couple of hours a day, bro. But, like, you know, play less video games a week than you do something productive for yourself. That's the solid middle ground. It's like, once you've played your 7th hour of League of Legends in a day, log off. Do your 7. Stop. Quit your League games before you hit 10 hours of League. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Like being scouted when in high school sports, where Mythic and Bishojo are more win harder. You're already a celebrity, and now you have people to back you. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think, because I think there's lots of smaller VTubers at like Mythic that kind of that they don't need this sort of like the scouting like I don't know how many, like, what's the biggest VTuber I wonder that came up without an agency? Fillion? I'm pretty sure like Fillion like went from nothing, like a nobody, to being one of the biggest VTubers out there, and she didn't need an agency. So it's not like you need to be scouted, I guess, but it definitely does help for people who are in that process. So outside the group, there's also Fillion, Cotton, others who have all made it in the indie scenes, and really impressive creators overall. Okay, I swear I didn't read that beforehand. I swear I did. Okay, all right, this. Okay. All right. Anyway, I guess video and I are on the same page. El culture is so stressful too. More realistically, it's so they can own Niji owns Celine characters. They just invent her while you'd have to buy Shy Lily's rights up front. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I have to go make homemade Reese's peanut butter bars. All right. That sounds amazing. Good luck. Good luck. I eagerly anticipate the inevitable photos that will hit the guild food channel of homemade Reese bars. It sounds delicious, actually. Dude, I'm back into hardcore dieting mode, and I'm so sad. I'm cutting super hard. My deficit's huge, and I'm dying already. It's worth it, though. We're going to finish our weight loss journey this year. We're doing it as a team, all of us. Everyone who started last year, we're finishing it this year. Man, it's taking its toll. I'm hungry as fuck, bro. I'm a very good baker. All right, good. I trust you. Not possible to be successful indie, but it's hard because you have to spread yourself thinner and have more competition. Yeah, but it's just like any other streamer then at that point, right? You know? So, it seems like a... I don't know, it seems like a more appealing route to me than going through agencies, I guess. I mean, maybe some agencies are good. I don't know. I guess, like... It's like you look like VShojo, and they let like Vay and everyone who like left VShojo like keep their characters, basically their Twitch channels and shit like that. But part of that's also a marketing move, a smarter marketing move. Like I bet you VShojo would have kept the characters if they think they could have gotten away with it, right? But VShojo is at least more intelligent than Niji as far as like how audiences work. That like everyone knows that like the bad press coming out of Niji, like Niji, I guarantee is gonna regret this shit. They're gonna tank. They're going under, man. They're not gonna make it. But like VShojo had the smart sense to like not burn the bridges or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Partnership, dedicated clippers, management to handle networking, scheduling. Big win of agencies historically is an agency VTuber's job is to stream, and VTuber's job is to stream, edit. Yeah, they have to do everything else themselves. Yeah. Yeah, true. Big true. It's tough out there. What the fuck does a pangolin nose look like? Pangolin nose. Pangolin snoot. The pangolin snoot appears to be a tiny, boopable snoot. Tiny snoot, 10 out of 10, can confirm. Very boop. Yep. Yep. I just kind of remind me of Yuna. Shit. Why is this? Why am I getting Yuna vibes here? Okay. Give it a little bit larger of a snoot. And then I don't know if we want to do the horn on top, actually. Yeah. Fully developed indie tuber teams must be so expensive now that I think about it, knowing how big some of the largest IRL streamers have plus rigging, technical support, art, refreshes, a lot to manage individually. It is, but I think it's better. Like realistically, I think it's better to like it's the Blizzard Entertainment question. Right? This is a big question in games industry and stuff in general. For people who think that Blizzard's like dead and gone, where did that happen? And a lot of people trace it back to, oh, it happened when Blizzard sold. Sorry, I just saw like 5 squirrels just fly across the trees in the corner of my eye. Anyway, they began problems began once they lost control. Right? Once you lose control of your project, you don't. That's when you have marketing people put in charge instead of product people, and that's when you have problems with your company and your project, your games, whatever it is. And I think that it is an interesting debate though, because like Blizzard, for example, they sold to whatever that Chinese company, I forget what it was called. Maybe it was a German one. Whatever. I think it was. I don't think it was Tencent, but it was whatever one of those big Chinese game companies, and they sold to them. But if they didn't sell to them, we wouldn't have gotten Warcraft, like World of Warcraft. So do you sell out in a little bit of your project? Do you give like, you know, do you give like part of your creative, where I just fucking, you give part of your creative fuck. I can get it. Okay, there we go. Do you give part of your creative control up for a you know, to have a larger like opportunity? Is it worth it? Right? Or is the inevitable crash, the risk of it, not worth it for you as a creator? That's always like a big, like, 'cause that's like a really big, you know, like it happens to creatives on all levels. So like, for example, that's how it happens. Like VTubers, it's like, do you sell part of your own do you give up control to have more resources, which is the VTuber like agency debate? As a game company, do you give up your like monetization control to get more funding to do a bigger project? Do you give up as an indie creator, let's say, control for like you do a Kickstarter, imagine, right? You do a Kickstarter and you're like, hey, for like $1,000 you can create your own planet in Eldara, right? There's always a conversation with money and control in creative projects. It's like, it's very like, I think historically it doesn't pay off. Sorry, historically it does pay off, but historically it always ends in the same conclusion. It's like if you start a project, a creative project, and you give up control, you know eventually that project is going to die. And it's not going to die in like a nice sunset sort of like wave off into the horizon, like it was fun for us and now it's over. Your project will die as like a shell, a puppet, a zombie, whatever it is, you know, or in some kind of like a cataclysmic way. But is it worth it to have that kind of a project death in order to hit a higher ceiling? Right? That's like always the debate. I don't know if there's a right answer for it, but there are people that do manage to hit the highest ceiling without losing control. Larian's a great example. Larian's not a public company. They don't respond to a board. I actually don't know who owns Larian. I don't know if it's an individual or not. Who owns Larian Studio? I don't know, but it's not some big, like, they're not beholden to like a board of investors. I don't think the same way, right? They basically get their funding and they go do whatever the fuck they want. Star Wars is a good example. Star Wars hit the absolute heightened peak of what it could possibly be under George Lucas's ownership. He owned everything. He owned Lucasfilms. He owned LucasArts. He owned ILM. He owned all that shit. He didn't have to give it up. He didn't have to answer anybody. If he wanted to go make a Star Wars movie, he just made a Star Wars movie, right? And so there are examples of projects that are able to hit the top pinnacle, right? But like, part of that was he sort of negotiated. He took less money for Star Wars A New Hope in order to retain rights for things. It's like, fuck, man. That was a good choice. How do you do that in the modern age with creative projects? Right? You just like crowdfund stuff, I guess, in a lot of ways. But even then, within the crowdfunding, you still have this like sort of I don't know, like debate on how much control, because a lot of people who support crowdfunding stuff want to exchange like large portions of funding for control over stuff. And there's fun little things like, oh yeah, you can make a little NPC in my world, or you can like help me make a class for the game or whatever, the board game, whatever it is, crowdfunding. But there's a lot of people who are like, no, I want this. And you're like, okay, all right, chill, buddy, chill. And I don't know, there's not really a right answer. So for like VTubers, do you join an agency or do you do it yourself? Do you give those resources and that Because like, you know, inevitably there is going to be a crash between you and and the people who own your project if you're a VTuber. It's just, is that crash going to go in your favor like it did for like, you know, all the VShojo VTubers, or is it not? And then you're kind of screwed and you get salined. You see the internet blew up after Hasbro talked to Tencent about D&D. I don't think that actually happened though, right? I saw a recap video on the news by a guy that I follow for Magic the Gathering news, and he basically said that it was like just rumors that didn't actually exist. But yeah, could you imagine if D&D was actually like sold to Tencent? That'd be hilarious. That'd be fucking hilarious. I'd be like making my version of the John Cena Bing Chillin' video. Thork, my internet, my weekend was good. My internet was choppy. I still managed to play Baldur's Gate. That's right. I played no online games. I played Baldur's Gate. There it is, man. Played Baldur's Gate. I finished it. I am now a gator. And then I uninstalled the game to not be tempted to play it on honor mode. So, how was your weekend, Thorkin? Riot is 10 cent. Riot is 10 cent. They sure are. Wonder what happened if George didn't sell to Disney. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is that he would have to put he didn't have the infrastructure for his company, the internal leadership infrastructure to actually make projects. So I don't know. George didn't sell to Disney because he thought that he wanted the money. George didn't sell to Disney because he wanted the money. He doesn't do things with his money. He's like notorious for not spending any money. I mean, he hasn't done anything with his money since. The only thing he ever did with money was make more shit, right? It's like the Larry and studio heads discussion about money is fuel. Like funding and capital is fuel for projects, not the end game. I believe the same thing. That's what my core tenet of since I started streaming is when I make money, anything past what I need to survive goes straight into doing better projects, buying printers, being better stuff, better materials, better, you know, whatever it is. So I get behind that entirely. But he sold to Disney because he thought they had the best resources and the best infrastructure to continue Star Wars in a way that was true to Star Wars and would do the IP justice beyond him. Opinions on how that worked out are your own. But yeah, I wonder too. I don't know. Be interesting if he promoted somebody internally from Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know. You probably would have gotten George's movies because we know the general plot of 789, right? The plot of the first movie was supposed to be about the first trilogy was supposed to be about the son. The plot of the prequel trilogy was supposed to be about the father, and the plot of the sequel trilogy was supposed to be about the daughter. It was supposed to be about Leia. We know all of his like outline for that, but never get those movies, I guess. Might depend on whether or not you think you can do it again. Lose control of the IP, no sweat. I'll just go make another one. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We'll see actually with fuck. Dream. What is it? Dreamhaven is the name of it, right? So this is the publishing studio, like the publishing company, whatever, that Mike Morhaime created. Mike Morhaime was the founder and leader of Blizzard up until the point where he was sort of pushed out. And they have two studios on here, Moonshot and Secret Door. We don't know what these studios are doing. But they announced a couple years ago. They announced Moonshot and Secret Door funding or founding. A lot of these people are ex-Blizzard, right? Wow, they really expanded. Same thing with Secret Door and then Frost Giant. So like Frost Giant, Stormgate. This is StarCraft 3. This is Star Warcraft 3. Stormgate, the beta's coming out like soon, like today or tomorrow, something like that, I think. But this is the StarCraft 2 team that basically quit, and when Blizzard said we're not making any more StarCraft, and they went and started their own studio called Frost Giant, and they're making Stormgate. And so we'll see, like can they do it again? That's a good point. I don't know. They made StarCraft. They made the best RTS games to ever come out by a long shot. You know, the most competitive, the most interesting. When this game comes out, we'll see if Stormgate is a viable successor to, if you really can go off and do it again. You know, because like a lot of problems with Blizzard is that a lot of Blizzard is the what is it, the ship of Theseus, the ship of whoever, I don't know, conundrum. So we'll see what they're able to do. We'll see if Blizzard is able to do another RTS at any point in time, and if it lives up to Frost Giant, the legacy. It's so weird trying to track legacies creatively. But yeah, I guess that is a good question. You know, if you can't do it again, then who cares if you lose the first one? Want the item will to live? Yeah, there you go. Primary reasons was we were in discussion, but the IP is not part of the deal. Oh, okay. Interesting. Watched a bunch of animes, you weeb. People saying the fact that we've heard nothing from that studio thus far is either really good news or really bad news. I'm hoping for the good. Yeah, I kind of hope so too. I hope that like the because like I don't like what Ghostcrawler just did. Maybe I mean it's a different way of doing it, Byron. But if you've heard of Ghostcrawler's new MMO, he basically announced the MMO like 6 years before it's going to come out, and he wants to just talk to people about their MMO project like as he's building it and stuff. And it's like okay, like I kind of would have rather Ghostcrawler just go silent, just be like, hey guys, I make my own MMO, building my own studio, and you'll hear from us sometime in the next 3 years. It's like, okay, cool. So hopefully, yeah, Moonshot and Secret Door just sort of like appear one day and are just like, oh, by the way, here's our games, and we're making these like amazing like Blizzard, like old Blizzard style games that are just gonna be like dope ass whatever video games. And yeah, can you do it again? Like that's a great question when it comes to creative arts. I don't know, man. I think about this shit all the time. I'm so worried, you know, that at some point in time I'll have to make that decision of whether I want to give up creative control for Eldara in some variety. But I think that I've resigned myself to the fact that I think I'd rather die with a smaller project that doesn't mean as much like to the creative consciousness of our society than sell my project off, you know. But I don't know, maybe that'll change. Maybe it'll like because okay, so say I have a Kickstarter going, and I get $2,000 of Kickstarter. It's like, damn man, if I could only get more marketing, I could probably triple this from $2,000 to $6,000, right? And somebody comes along and says, hey man, let me design a planet in Eldara. Let me buy a planet. I want to buy real estate. You don't have all 24 worlds created. Let me pitch you the general idea for what I want to see out of a world. And I basically want to buy the creative concept, you know, real estate in Eldara for this one planet. I'll give you $1,000. And it's like, so your funding goes from $2,000 to $3,000, but then you use that extra $1,000 to market it, your project, that allows you to get to $6,000. And suddenly with $6,000, you have the ability to hire, you know, a composer to do music. You have the ability to hire a writer to do a short story for you. You have the ability to do like all this other cool stuff that makes the project way bigger and cooler than it actually was. All you had to do was just sell off part of it. It's like, would you make that choice? Would you agree to that? Now, ultimately, selling off the like general idea, like someone gets to generally pitch the idea of a world, not that big of a deal. Especially if you like can make it work for Eldara, or they get to make it a town or something. They can make an entire village they want in the world. It's their place that they get to design. You get to just kind of make it Eldara. That's not that big of a deal. Not like you're selling any massive amount of creative freedoms. But it is just kind of an interesting, you know, it's like an interesting thought, I guess, of like, what are you willing to part with here? What's sacred amongst your project, and what can you part with a little bit in order to get more funding? I don't know, man. I don't think there's an obvious right answer. It's not a right answer for VTubers, as for their agencies. Like Ashley was saying, the good and the bad. There's not a right answer for video game companies. There wasn't a right answer for Mike Morhaime with Blizzard. There wasn't a right answer for George Lucas with Star Wars. It's so tough to make creative projects. You just got to hope that. But I think that so long as you keep like the Steve Jobs sort of like discussion interview thing where he talked about product people versus marketing people, I think that is generally the best metric we have for success. Do you put product people in charge of the company and the project and the business, or do you put marketing people in charge of it? They'll do different things. They'll do very different things. You need both people for the project to survive, but who gets to make the last decision, right? I do love listening to Sam Whitworth's story on how George screwed whoever made Star Wars Episode 4 out of owning the Star Wars IP. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Dark, we're doing our very first token. This is the very first token for Horizon. This is the first beast monster creature that you get to go fight in the Horizon wilds. So it's our very first creature, our very first enemy threat. We're starting production. Today is the official production start date on Horizon. We've been in pre-production for so long, and today we're starting actual production. These assets we create, the magic items, the monster tokens today and going forward in the next couple weeks are the finished product, as far as I'm concerned. These are what's making it into the Horizon adventure. So buckle up. We're ready. We're doing it. And once I hopefully Horizon's good enough people like to play it, right? Because Horizon's going to be the project that I do to show that I can make an adventure and build a world and do all that stuff, right? It's going to be my practice and proof. And then after that, after Horizon is going to be then the Kickstarter for the first adventure. And it's pretty exciting for me. If I propose a new planet when you can propose a corporate creative gatekeeping process. Ooh. That'd be good too. What if I promoted somebody that would work at the NFL and then destroyed an entire branch of my company to be head of my creative development? What if wait. Yeah, should I? Is that a bad idea? Ah, well, I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I'm sure it'll work out. I'm sure it'll work out. You never know, man. There's got to be other examples of creative projects that have never compromised on an IP or a project or something, you know? Like, how many great game studios are there out there? There's like a bunch, you know, right? Do we still like CD Projekt Red? I forget. Are we mad at them, or do we still like CD Projekt Red? Because we were like CD Projekt Red are like some of the darlings of the video game industry. But I think after Cyberpunk, people got mad at them. I don't know why. I don't remember. Dude, I'm always so behind on who we're mad at. I don't go on Twitter enough, so I never really know who we're supposed to be mad about. I can't remember if CD Projekt Red was on there or not. It's hard to keep track at this point. We simp CD Projekt Red, but they do bad again. We eat their computers. What were we mad about for them? That they released Cyberpunk too early? That they were too corporate about it. They needed the numbers, the business. They spent all their budget on marketing and not making the game good. Is that why we're mad at them? But then they like redeemed themselves as Phantom Liberty, didn't they? That's why I don't know if we're mad at them or not. I know we like Larian. We're not mad at Larian until they ruin their next CRPG. I think we like the Hades people. They're the Bastion people, right? That's that studio, Bastion, Transistor. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know about any console exclusive studios though. Dude, I saw a video on a streamer's channel the other day. Apparently there's still people who are console warriors. I didn't realize this. I thought the console wars died in I thought they went off in out in a whimper like 8 years ago. I didn't realize people were still console warriors. Like people were still like Sony or Xbox fanboys. Like holy fuck. I didn't realize that shit. The launch of Cyberpunk was horrible, though I loved it, but they updated it, so it's good. Yeah, they fixed it, right? I want to play through Cyberpunk. I didn't play through Cyberpunk because of the problems, and I was like, I'll just play it later. When it came out and it was super shitty. I didn't want to ruin my experience with that, because here's the thing: I love Cyberpunk genre stuff. Neuromancer, one of my favorite books. Shadowrun, love it. Anything Cyberpunk, I adore. Deus Ex, Human Revolution, 1, 2, whatever. The one true King Alara. Thank you for the Prime. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you for considering me your Prime option this month. I appreciate that. Thank you. I love Cyberpunk genre stuff, and I knew when I saw Cyberpunk come out, like the trailer for it, I thought to myself, this is gonna be one of the most important games I ever play in my entire life, and I'm gonna love this game. And so, especially when the trailer, dude, in the trailer, when your character, what's his name, V or whatever, gets into the 80s F body Trans Am, that is an 80s F body Camaro Trans Am, reference. I had a late 80s F body Trans Am that was my first car. So I saw shit, and I was like, oh my god, this game has my heart already in the trailer. I didn't want to ruin it by a bad experience of it when it came out. So when it came out and people said it's bad, whatever, they'll fix it, I thought to myself, okay, I'm not going to play it now because I'm not going to ruin my experience and have a bad time with glitches and bugs and shit. And I'm also not going to pay full price because it's a really expensive game. So I'll just wait until it goes on sale in a year or so and they fix all the problems. But then I just kind of forgot. And then Phantom Liberty came out and everybody's like, oh my god, Cyberpunk is back. And I'm like, I should buy it. Oh wait, the game's now back to $80. Okay, fuck. All right, I will wait then for it to come out. So I will wait for Cyberpunk to go back on sale. But I waited for Baldur's Gate 3 for them to fix the bugs and stuff. I was told by more than one person that I trust that Baldur's Gate 3 Act 3 was a buggy nightmare and that I should wait for patches to come out. And so when I got into Act 3, I only noticed a few little bugs here and there. Wasn't bad whatsoever. And I'm kind of glad I waited because I didn't sully my one and only Baldur's Gate playthrough that I'm ever going to do in my life. So I don't know. I think it's time for Cyberpunk though for me now. I am ready. I'm ready to play Cyberpunk. I'm ready to go through the game. I'm ready to be amazed, to be wowed, to get like a machine eye or some shit and be a Corpo Stooge. Enjoy your content or something. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Seriously. We're Madge Hero asked because Madge is the way. Nobody expect the Madge Inquisition. Is still coffee pasta? I don't know, but it should be. And if it isn't, it is in this stream now. DM's cool. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome. Yeah, I mean we're Madge about something to do with games any given day of the week. We're Madge at Wizards. We're Madge at Blizzards. We're Madge at Riot. We're Madge at I don't know. Pick your company. We're Madge at it. I can't wait until EBA is big enough. People are Madge at it. I got to figure out how to sell out at some point in time. I'll take a HelloFresh sponsorship one day and have somebody be Madge about it. That's when you know you're a successful studio streamer, whatever it is you're doing. When someone's irrationally mad at you for something you did, that's when you know you're a real one. Corpo Nomad lifestyle isn't really that relevant. You can't do many Corpo quests. No, wait, really? I can't be a Corpo Stooge? All right, I'll be street scum. I'll sit around eating ramen and mugging people. That's my Cyberpunk legacy. I don't mind it. Cyberpunk is not my favorite sci-fi genre, subgenre, but it's up there. I really love it. And so I'm really hoping this game is good. I'm hoping that it's a great sci-fi story for me. I want it to be good, man. I'm cheering for it. I want it to be life-changing. I want it to be like Deus Ex was for me. Deus Ex was but like 1 and 2 were formative games for me. My brother's on HelloFresh. It's actually pretty good. HelloFresh, dude. I remember I talked about doing a HelloFresh sponsorship one time, and I had somebody tell me that if I did a sponsorship, they would never come back to my stream ever again. And coincidentally, they stopped coming to my stream at some point in time. So I guess it doesn't matter, right? Maybe I should do a HelloFresh sponsorship. See if they still want me to do HelloFresh things. I don't know. I just want to do one single, like... Do we go full pangolin or... I gotta think about this. I want to give him some face spikes. I forgot about that in the sketch. I just remembered it. I forgore. Okay, I need to grab a new water soon. So I'm gonna go do that right now, actually, because I've been out of water for a little bit and I'm dying. It's so dry here right now. BRB once. I really enjoyed Cyberpunk 2077. It had over like 100 hours on Steam. Dude, I want to do that. When I play through that game, I want to play through everything. Every side quest, every, like, I want to do my Baldur's Gate playthrough. Explore everything. I want to read every book, every lore entry, talk to every character through every dialogue option. I want to do it right. So I don't know. I'm ready though. I finished Baldur's Gate 3 on the weekend, and I'm ready. Like I sat there after I finished Baldur's Gate, and I was like, fuck, now what? Now what do I do? So I think now is the time for the 3 games that I want to play soon are either Cyberpunk, Persona 3, which just came out, or Rogue Trader, which is a Warhammer 40k CRPG that just came out as well from Owlcat, which are the guys that do the Pathfinder games. So I don't know. I'll probably play one of them soon. Maybe. I don't know, man. All right, BRB, 1 sec. All right, back. We're back. I do evade Canadian things. Flock of Angry Geese. Kodiak Grizzly Bear. You know. Standard shit. High taxes, you know. Shit. You have the right mentality. Only people in my friends group that have disappointed as of late were buddies that came from Call of Duty. If you go in wanting story, you'll probably like it. That's what I want. Yeah, I'm not looking for some like massive like gunplay, whatever. You know, shoot 'em up, something or another. I want a story game. I want a story game. My cyberpunk story. I want it now. So I'm looking forward to it. Might be a little bit before I actually play it. But when I do, oh boy, am I gonna talk about it a lot. I might do some cyberpunk fan art. I haven't done any fan art for anything science fiction-y in a long time. I kind of miss doing it. I thought about recently doing some art from my Star Wars D&D game that I had years ago, where I draw some Jedi or some shit, you know? Some cool sci-fi shit, but oh man, that's a lot of work to do for mostly a passion project when I have so much work to do recently. I feel like 6 to 7 endings. God damn it, man! I have to play this game more than once because I probably won't. Honestly, like I'll probably play through it once, and whatever I get is what I get. My ending will be my ending. I mean, either way, I'm looking forward to it. But I might play Rogue Trader first, to be honest. Because, like, Rogue Trader's only, like, $60. I think I have some Steam credit. Right, it's only $60, right? What is it in American? Rogue Trader must be, like, super affordable in USD. I think it's only 65 CAD. Right? Rouge Trader. Yeah, Rogue Trader, $65. $65, all right? Not bad. Cyberpunk. Ugh. God. 110. It's only 40 USD. That's super good, dude. That is super good. Probably because Rogue Trader is a 100-hour game. You know? And then Persona's like, yeah, look at this shit, man. How is this game $93? How is $93? If I bought Persona 3, this would be the most expensive single game I've ever bought before. If I buy this game, this will be the most I'll have ever paid for a video game. And not like I play, like Pokemon was like $140, but it was like I bought 2 versions, one for Ella and I. So it's like, it doesn't really count. Cyberpunk at 110 doesn't count either because it's like the game plus expansion, you know. So that's a lot, bro. I don't know. Persona's on Game Pass, really? Oh shit. Maybe I just get Game Pass for a month or whatever. Maybe that's the way to go. Ooh, it's gonna take me a long time to finish the game though, probably. I take my time with Persona games, so I'd probably take like 2 to 3 months if I'm gonna play it, assuming I can play it like every day. I don't know. There's like, this is a big sale, I guess, right now. Lunar New Year sale. Mecha Bellum. I like Mecha. Anything good on sale? No. No. Trash. Ugh. Garbage sale. Oh well. Yeah, I'll probably get Road Trader next. That'll probably even be my next game that I indulge in, I think. It's most obtainable, I guess, right now. So, and I kind of wanted the CRPG after Baldur's Gate, and I've been reading a lot of 40K lore. So you know what? I think Road Trader fits for multiple reasons. Rogue Trader's the way to go. Why did I choose to do something with scales? Why did I think pangolids were cool? God damn it. Why assume just do? Assume what? Fuck. What was I talking about? Some games of Game Pass, including all Halo games. Yeah. Gears of War. I play RPGs and I find satisfaction in the hours invested. Makes me feel like I got my money's worth. Totally. Totally. There's nothing wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with a short game. You know, like a really good, shorter game experience. Like, I remember I had this discussion with a friend of mine when the most recent Uncharted came out. And they were like, oh, it was only like a 20-hour game. And I was like, yeah, I'm good with that. It was a great experience, 20 hours, you know? So I'm okay with short games, but I do like the big, chunky, long games. As long as it's not wasting my time. Baldur's Gate 3 did not waste my time. Honor Mode would waste my time. So I gotta be careful of that, right? You said assuming you can play every day. Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Well, I do have to play video games every day. I've been medically I don't know what the term is. Commanded. My doctor told me I need to play more video games to de-stress. And I was like, but League of Legends doesn't de-stress me. He's like, don't fucking play League of Legends, you weirdo. So diagnosed, no, prescribed. There, that's the. I've been prescribed to play video games to relax. He said if you keep fucking working as much as you do, you're gonna die before you're 35. And I was like, okay, all right. That's why I played Baldur's Gate like not all weekend, but for a lot of this last weekend. It was nice. I chilled out. I played BG, and now it's over, and I have nothing, and my life is hollow. I never got to romance Gale. But also, you know, apparently did you notice that if you like talk to a person in Baldur's Gate, Astarion, Gale, whoever, and they're like, hey, I wanna talk to you tonight, and you go talk to them and turn them down, that'll remove your ability to romance other characters. Like I didn't want to romance any characters, but like I never got prompted to romance Karlach, Astarion, Shadowheart. I don't know who else, because apparently Gale, his like projection said, hey, come meet with me and talk to me tonight. And I was like, okay. And because I did that, apparently that screwed me out of being able to get any of those other conversations with any other characters, even though I turned them down. So I didn't want to romance any characters. So I didn't get prompted to romance Shadowhoney or Karlach or. So Lae'zel, ex-wife wanted early on the game. And then was that it? I think until Gale, ex-wife, and then Gale, and then Mizora and Emperor, which that was weird. I'm good. Yeah. And that was it. So if that's the kind of thing I cared about in the game, I would have been super mad. Because it didn't say like, hey, you accepting this invitation with Gale tonight is going to mean that the other characters view you as a item. Right? What a piss off, man. If I cared about that kind of shit, I'd be so mad. Thankfully, I don't give a shit, though, so. But yeah, now that I'm done the game, bro, I don't know what to do. I guess honor mode is the thing that people do once they're done with BG3, but I don't think it's my jam, to be honest. So, who knows? I gotta find another game. Or maybe instead of playing games, what if instead I worked? What if I worked instead? more productive. Honor mode. Oh, honor mode is a new game mode where basically it's one save file. So you can't reload it if you die. And I don't know how it really works, but you can't save scum, so you can't like reload to get different rolls. Like every roll you get is like the roll you get, you know, out of combat and dialogue. If you miss a perception on something, you never get that thing. If you die in an encounter, like that's the problem with honor mode. It's like a hardcore or Iron Man mode, depending on how you look at it. It's also harder than tactician because they give legendary actions to bosses, from what I understand, which seems cool. I like the difficulty curve of it. I don't know. Like, there's all these people who talk about like, oh man, I was like 70 hours through my playthrough and then I died on the dragon and my honor mode playthrough is over. It's like, man, I don't know if I'm like, I like playing some games hardcore, but 100-something hour game on hardcore, I don't know, maybe it'd be fun. Maybe I started honor mode. I saw that. It was yesterday, right? I usually watch a lot of Faye's streams, but I don't usually talk in her chat because a lot of her chat's annoying. It's not her fault, but they'll be like, lol, where's map? Kek. Lol, Evan, so strong. Lol, kek. And so I just watch and just chill. I just lurk. I don't talk in her chat all that often. I do really love Faye. She's a good friend. So I like hanging out on her streams. Honor mode though, we'll see how far she gets. I hope she gets it though. I hope she finishes the game. I've seen these cool honor mode like speed runs that are like half-hour speed runs to finish the entire game on honor mode. It's so cool, dude. Baldur's Gate 3 speedrunning seems like a fun category because it's only like half-hour. Speedrun games that take you multiple hours, I don't think I could ever get into. But a speedrun game that like the world record is like 26 minutes or whatever, 23 minutes or some shit like that, I could get into that. That's fun. Maybe I do an honor mode cheesy speedrun. Get my gold dice and my clout. Then retire from Baldur's Gate 3 forever. Through where map? Yeah, where map. Where Eldara map first. So for next week, I'm running a one-shot inspired by Alice in Wonderland / American McGee's Alice. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds fucking dope. I like it. Alice in Wonderland sounds cool. What a great like D&D kind of concept, hey? Whisked away world of strange, I don't know, fairy tale fantasy oddities. Hope it goes well. Hope you have fun. Sounds dope as hell. I'm thinking about starting back my D&D game, but I think I gotta check my DMs actually because my players were actually talking about going to do another group at some point in time if we don't start up soon enough. So I might have to find a new group actually, which is fine. If there's one thing I am not at a lack for, it's people that will play D&D with me if I... Yeah, alright. I have no idea then. I have no idea if I'm playing D&D in the future or not. Okay, well, whatever. Might have to start a new sort of like campaign anyway. Even if it's with the same players. It's been a minute since we last played, so I think our players might want to restart characters. Which is fine. Probably preferable, actually. American McGee's Alice is AIW, but a lot darker. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there's a lot of room for like a more horror take on Alice in Wonderland. I think that's pretty cool. Jealous got wiped the last stream. Was that to the what fight was that from? What's actually dangerous? How's the creation of the Astral Knight and Sage going? Good. They're basically done. I just need to post them, I guess. You know, I want to get a little bit more art done for them, for some things, and then post in playtest. But I'll probably post in the playtest. Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a big dramatic reveal this week or something and post it. Do you enjoy DMing? Much more than I enjoy playing. Yes. Yeah. I've been DMing almost exclusively for the majority of my time playing D&D. I enjoy it way more than playing. First couple of years I played D&D, obviously you usually don't start out DMing, and then after I started DMing, I just like didn't want to go back to playing. You know, I don't know. I don't mind playing. It's fun. I just if I'm gonna ever commit the time to playing D&D, I want to be running the game because I get a lot of like I'm an artist first before anything else, right? On this channel, and a lot of what D&D does is quantify my art. You know, it's doing all the concept art of different like dumb creatures, or you know, drawing characters. Like I don't just draw random characters. I draw like this is my wife's Astral Knight character, right? And it matters more to me when there's context behind art, as opposed to just like drawing random like fantasy art bullshit or nonsense. Like I never have artist block. I never relate to artists that have artist block because I never sit there and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to draw, because it's always like I have like 18 fucking characters and 28 different, you know, locations and all the stuff that I need to do. So so D&D is always a inspiring factor for me for making art. And if I'm not running the campaign, it's not like you can do much art for your campaign. It's like you're drawing someone else's ideas. So so yeah, I mean, I much prefer DMing than I do to playing as a player. I love it. I need to find time to play a game though, to actually like play a character in 5th ed. I want to play a game in like one of the traditional Faerun places, right? Because I don't play it like I haven't used the traditional D&D settings like almost at all for the last like 15 years I've been playing D&D, right? So I don't know shit. Last time I played like in like Forgotten Realms was like 3.5 edition or whatever. So I don't know shit about what's going on. So it'd be fun to play in like a Waterdeep game or Baldur's Gate game or something like that for like a little bit, but I wouldn't want to commit too much time, right? It would be like a little one shot or something that I would dive into. But Evangeline and several other VTubers playing D&D live stream campaign. I would, yeah. I need to find a bunch of VTubers that want to play D&D. I have a couple of VTuber friends, but Ashy would probably play if I asked her. Fishy would be hard to do scheduling for. Amma would be hard to do scheduling for, but I know both of them would probably play if I asked them. I don't know a ton of VTubers that play D&D though, so I don't know. Players' goal is to find Alice, and when they complete their one-shot, Alice is going to kill them with the Vorpal Blade, telling them it's not their story as their characters wake up as kids in bed. That's hilarious. I love that. That's a beautiful, beautiful ending for a one-shot. Speaking of DD, I ran a fun session last time. My favorite part was a puzzle where they had a map of a maze that reflected the real maze, but the maze itself isn't solvable. The solution is to erase walls in the map. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, I like that. That's good. Gives the drawing more significance, I imagine. Yeah, it's like I never really spent all that much time in studios as like a concept artist. My dream was always to be a concept artist in like video game studios, but I realized that wasn't really my path. You know, where I grew up and where I lived, and some things that happened to me, you know, kind of stuck me where I was. I was never gonna get my dream job at Blizzard or something. You know, I always wanted to work on like Blizzard or Warcraft or Star Wars. But I like being part of a team that has a cohesive world or a cohesive project that you're working towards. I like that side of concept art where you're not just developing like random knights and random dragons and random whatever. You're drawing something and developing concepts, making art for something inside of one like concise story. Everything matters. Every other piece of art that you draw contextualizes everyone that's come before or will come after. So, you know, if I can't join a big concept project like that, you just create your own is like the the next sort of reasonable assumption. So that's what I'm doing with D&D. D&D is a game that I play to help me world build. I don't world build for D&D. That makes sense. So I have to always be careful that whatever I do for my writing and art, it has to fit in with D&D, sure, but it can't ever be conformed into D&D, right? Like sometimes people say like, oh, like what does a beholder in your world look like? And I'm like, there's no beholders. It's a Wizards of the Coast IP. Like I can't put a beholder in my game. That's not a creature I can add into my world because it's not something that it's a D&D thing, right? Or certain like magics, I guess. There's certain ideas behind magic that don't really fit or vibe with the world that I'm creating, Eldara. You know, like for instance, there aren't deities that have individuality and personality that can contact you, right? Like in D&D, I mean, like Baldur's Gate, you talk to like 3 or 4 gods. You know, you just like snap your fingers and suddenly you're standing in front of a god. There's not deities like that in my setting. So how does it work then to play a cleric? It's kind of messy then. It's kind of weird. It's kind of awkward. But it works as long as you don't think about it too hard. But I'm not going to change my fantasy, my writing, my world concept to fit into the D&D. I'll fit D&D into the world concept. So I kind of do it a bit in reverse, which is a bit confusing for some people when they like start reading lore or whatever. But I get it. I try and make it as functional as possible without removing, I guess, the heart and soul of the project. So, I'm drawing a Pebbles, the Tabaxi artificer who wears suspenders, builds shit, and talks the super heavy list by using it in all my stories. I mean, he's extremely fat and short. There you go. Like a Final Fantasy Kate Sith or something. This second half due to add timing, but Medicaid and Little Caesars. Oh shit, that's oh, Twitch ads, they're the worst. I'm sorry about that. If I could remove them from my channel, I would. I apologize. Sounds passion though, which is important. Yeah. I don't know. I love the project, and I love making. You know, this is my concept project, my world, the thing that contextualizes all my art. You know, I get to make. I don't just randomly make fantasy art for the sake of it. So, yeah, I don't know. It's also fun doing in-game assets like our tokens. You know, this is gonna be a dope token for our game. Hopefully, the first adventure. Do I roll a D100? Nick, yes! Exclamation D100. If you get a 100, I'll draw a green dragon. If not, you just wasted 5,000 channel points, my friend. So, do you a favor, and I found out that the planet's moon, is called Saloon, and as in the goddess, and that's a trial of the moon. Wait, trail of moon chunks following it, called the Tears of Saloon. Really? Is that actually a thing? Or are you making it up? 51, almost, man, almost. Atari, thank you for the gift of sub to DM's Quill. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you for saving DM's Quill from ad hell. God knows I don't know how anyone watches a Twitch stream without a sub or ad block or anything like that. I mean, you can't use ad block anymore on Twitch. They kind of nerfed it. So, thank you for saving them from ad hell. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Dragon's Claim, DM's Quill. Welcome, my friend. You're now an honored member of our little guild here. The worst adventurers guild in all of Eldara. The guild tavern is open to all members. The guild blacksmith is available, although usually tired, so I wouldn't put too much emphasis in that part. And of course, the kitchen is open to all guild members. However, I would recommend against the mystery stew. It's not a mystery anymore. So, but welcome to the guild, my friend. I can link the wiki if you wish. No, I believe you. I believe you. I trust you, Garthan. It's been fun playing Baldur's Gate and playing in the Forgotten Realms a little bit, and playing in like Wizards of the Coast D&D, like traditional D&D. You know, like I haven't seen or interacted with Elminster since like I forget what adventures you like talk to Elminster. Like he might have been in Tomb of Annihilation or something like that. I forget. But it was cool. It was cool playing Baldur's Gate and seeing some of those characters and seeing some of those things, you know, pop into the story. Because like I don't despise Wizards D&D or whatever. It's just not that interesting to me comparatively. So, It was cool to like play Baldur's Gate and play within Faerun. It was fun. It's a fun little jaunt. Baldur's Gate is a place that I'd never really ran or played a campaign in either. So that was cool, you know? I was very happy for my time playing that game. The last like D&D setting thing that I actually did much like playing in was probably Neverwinter Nights. When did that game come out, man? Because we were playing Neverwinter Nights when I was in high school. So is Mystery Stew poison? Not poison. It's just not a mystery. Neverwinter Nights. Did you play 1 or 2? 1 came out in 2002. 2 came out in... Release date 2006. So we would have played Neverwinter Nights 2 when it first came out. We played Neverwinter Nights 2 with our physics teacher. We played Neverwinter Nights 2 with our fucking physics teacher in high school. It was awesome. He was such a nerd. We'd play after school and shit. And the next day we'd sit there talking about it in class. He'd be like, I know you didn't do your homework yesterday because you're too busy playing Neverwinter. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. We know you didn't do your marking. That's why we aren't getting our tests back today, aren't we? Oh, it was great. It was great, man. It was a good game. It's just rats? Yeah. It's just rats too. Coincidentally, also Wolf's pet rat went missing around the time where the Mystery Stew started appearing. But I'm not going to say that any Mystery Stew has ever been made from Wolf's pet rat. But if Wolf asks, we don't know where her pet rat went. Because we legitimately don't, all right? We don't know what happened to her pet rat, so I'm not going to worry about it. I ask you not to worry about it, and we'll just leave it at that. What should we call this thing? Let's call this Horizon Monster Tokens. I don't want to have multiple files if I can avoid it, because I'm starting to run out of room on my art drive. I think I need a new one. I wonder if we can use some of our other lizards. Like, I wonder if we can just use one of our dinosaur tokens from the past for our lizard thingy on the island. Would it be weird to fight a giant blue T-Rex like thing on the island? Or would it be dope as hell? Wait, did I never finish this one? Was this not part of the drop? Wait. Oh. There's a secret token that never got used? Oh, we have to finish this token and use it for our island. So I imagined that the big lizard you were gonna fight on the island would be like a monitor lizard type thing. Easter egg token? Yeah, for real, dude. I didn't remember that. I didn't know I did the line work for this. I wonder why I didn't finish it. I must have not liked it for some reason. Maybe I ran out of time? I might have just run out of time on it, to be honest. Surprisingly, this was not the most popular token pack I've ever done. The ones that I thought would be the most popular never really hit. Like, I thought for sure the Dark Knights would be the most popular tokens I've ever made. And they weren't. Hardly anyone used these. I need to reuse these then. These need to probably be part of the adventure somehow. I don't know how, but like maybe in the next part of the adventure. Our Dark Souls Knights are, dude, just this fucking token is like one of my most proud tokens I've ever made. He has his Morden whatever. He has the Mord pull. I don't know if anyone ever uses the spell effects, but the Mord pull, dude. When I busted this out, I slapped the Mord pull on the ground and told everyone they got pulled in. There was 2 players. They were like standing right here and here. They both got pulled into melee. And then he just slashed right through both of them. That was a crazy moment. I love doing shit like that in D&D, like in my D&D game, that stuff my players have never really experienced or whatever. In like other games, like mechanics in my D&D game that they've only seen like video games and shit like that. Like they kind of awkwardly translate, but they work. I don't know. Damn, using the most. Dark Knight that wields a stolen Astral Knight sword. That'd be pretty cool. I think this one's the best, though. I think this one's the best. The one with holding the long sword. Just like the pose and everything, the directionality. Oops. My phone rang. What the fuck? Weird. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't know if there's any other tokens we can reuse for the adventure. The problem with the pirates is they're a little outdated. The necromancer ones are good. We could use these for our undead in the cave. Yeah, the pirates. Oh my god, this is 2021. These are too old. These are way too old to use now. I think, well, maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe they're still good. Maybe they still hold up. Our 3 player tokens in there. Hardly anyone realizes that these 3 tokens were players in our pirate game. Alera, Maya, and Jelly. The relic or the red spice blade enjoyer is one of the best ones. He's a pirate with 2 peg legs, and the 2 peg legs are swords. While he holds 4 more swords, 2 in each hand. Our raptor riding pirate captain. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Preserves the monkey. I don't know if we can use these as our pirate tokens. I think they might be a little bit dated, a little bit old. And if you have an Astral Knight PC, they could hear about this knight going around with an Astral Knight blade plot hooks. Yeah, I don't know. I want there to be like, okay, so maybe this is ambitious, too ambitious, but I want to have a class story written into the first adventure, into like, or the like adventure episode 1. So the big one, Horizon. That would definitely be a Kickstarter like stretch goal, is to have class story quests where like whatever class you pick, there is a class story hook that you and everyone from that class can go on. So if you're like a paladin, maybe there's a shrine to like a forgotten deity that you can go uncover and you can go find hints about it. Something you can do whilst in Grand Crest City, while in the main adventure, that doesn't take you away from the main story, but gives you like something extra cool to do for class fantasy. Because that's like the one thing I think that D&D is missing the most right now is class fantasy. I think playing like a barbarian or a druid or whatever doesn't feel all that interesting as far as what the class choice goes. It's more like play style. Like people focus so much on their individual character story now that they very rarely focus on the class story. I think of being like the class identity of being like a paladin or a cleric or a warlock or whatever. Maybe warlocks do okay. But I want to create like a story, like a side quest that you can do for each class that the DM can like give to each person, give them hooks for it. The Astral Knight, like Stolen Astral Blade, I think is probably the best idea, because the blade, like the weaponry, is so unique and specific to their culture that, yeah, I think that there be like, if there was a story of a stolen like blade somewhere around wherever your characters were, the knight in your party would want to go deal with it. So goblins might be my second most used, but that's because I run a lot of goblin encounters. Goblins, was that the first one we ever did in 2021? June? Oh, no, it wasn't. The first one was the 2 kobolds. And then I think it was goblins. Pirates, undead. The undead was great. This was the turning point for me. It's the first time I did a really large token. Shit, dude. Maybe I just do a wyvern. Maybe the creature on the island, the lizard on the island, is just a wyvern. Undead was before, really? Wyverns are for the dragon enjoyers that don't want to have to play dragons or play with dragons. We have our babies or juveniles, are like adolescent, and then our adult. But like the tokens feel kind of dated though to me, so I don't know. Maybe I have to like redo them or some shit. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. All right, that's about as far as we're gonna get today on this. I got some other work that I need to do. Unfortunately, it'll be a couple of shorter streams this week. I don't know. Try and do 4 hours every single day, or 4 to 5 hours, and then we'll have enough time to stream really long on this Friday, because we did a longer Friday stream last week and it was a lot of fun. So let me sit up. All right, first stream of first week back after my break, done, completed, good. We got the first part of the first token, the first piece of Horizon actual content done, which is fun. Don't forget the Eldara album is coming out soon, this month, promised by Dashto himself, so you know it's gonna happen. Not like when I say something's gonna happen this month. So that's gonna be PogChamp. What cool shit's gonna happen this week? We're gonna start. I think we're gonna start some new character art or whatever. Eldar album. Why yes, Jacob. You didn't know? The Realms of Eldara original soundtrack Volume 1 is coming out this month. Composed completely from scratch by master musician, master composer, master music writer, Dashto. So, as in music or albums and comic book. As in music, this is going to be the soundtrack of Eldara. There's going to be number of pieces. I think we have Foundation of Stonemark, the Leaving Briar Pass, the Broadwake, Hearthwood, the Under Harbor. I don't know what's gonna be on the album, but yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of different themes for the different places, and it's gonna accompany the adventure. So when people are playing that, and it's gonna be available on Spotify for your listening pleasure. So I'm very proud of it. Very proud of Dashto. From what I've heard so far, the final mixes of the pieces that I have heard. Obviously, the mixes have been good since they were composed, but as he's been sort of finally mastering them for the album's release, they've been amazing. So I'm very excited about that. Anyway, did I finish my character art for Endrick? No, I didn't. I still need to finish Endrick's character art. Maybe we'll do that this week as well. I don't know. I think it'd be good for him to have his full character piece done, but we'll see. I'm just kind of chilling this month and focusing on getting work done, getting caught up on things, and getting some paintings done for some people. So I'll be live tomorrow morning. We're gonna do some character art. I think it's gonna be PogChamp. My outro. There's my outro. Maybe some painting. I don't know. But either way, you guys have a wonderful day. Wonderful rest of your week. Whatever you're doing this week, don't work too hard. Remember, if you want to take a day off, I'll write you a note. I'll give you permission. So if you need a note to your boss or whatever, or for school or classes or whatever, I'm happy to write notes to give people days off. You guys should relax this week, and I will see you tomorrow. But until next time, my friends. Until next time. Farewell.